live.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to the No Level Caps reaction to the Xbox Game Showcase 2024. I'm Sage Ashford. We only got 3/5 of the crew here, but it's enough to get the job done. What's going on, Rakeem?
Oh man, just excited to be here on this wonderful day to check out some games. One of my favorite times of year, so I'm ready to get into it.
All right, what's good, Devin?
Same here, man. We've been seeing stuff all week, pretty much. Future game showcase Summer Game Fest, I should say. And today we got the Xbox showcase. I'm expecting some good stuff, man. I haven't seen anything yet, so I'm just coming in with open mind, and hopefully Jack 4 shows up.
That would be incredible. I don't know what
At
the
a
fuck would have. Yeah,
Xbox
exactly.
showcase?
Things would
Hey,
have had
man.
gone horribly wrong.
At this time, I don't. It could be on calculator T80 Ti 80. I take it.
You got a better
Calculated,
chance
wow.
of being on a TI-80. Of course, we're not reacting live. We had to make the schedules line up to get as many people here as we could. But we are close to live, as it's really only been about was it an hour and a half, 2 hours since the actual stream ended. So now we're here, we're seated. We won't be watching the chat, so we won't get spoiled. We're hoping to get some great games here. Supposedly, there's like 30 or more games here. Around half of them are coming from Microsoft, and hopefully, there's some actual dates involved. They desperately need some dates added to some of these titles so that we know what's coming when. And so let's get into it. Let's find out. Volume okay on y'all's guys?
Yeah, you could
Maybe turn down just
turn
a
down
little bit.
like a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah,
All right.
Yo,
same time, huh?
what's going on, Tim?
Appreciate you.
I am Devin. I am neither Balrog nor Jax. So
Ball Rock Jacks,
I'm not watching
Jack
that.
for
I will know what this is.
Cotty by nature.
Hey,
Who's
this
ready for some blops?
this your game, Tim. Blop 6, man.
Blops.
Blop 7.
That'd be safe.
Yeah, you right.
Blops.
I was like, wait a minute.
He just skip one.
Right. Yeah, I'm in the future, man.
You say what now?
I said Blop 7. I skipped one. Tim said they're
see,
starting
this
with the best.
This is 1991's era. That's actually
Yeah, it's
interesting.
Gulf War.
Go for it.
Today we celebrate the mystery of American renewal. Something's going on. Something big. I figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the devil. How's he look? The agency is compromised. We're being hunted from the inside.
Oh. Compromise from within. Interesting.
You don't have to trust me, Marshal.
They got their crazy campaign set pieces.
That only 40% of the players are gonna play.
Hell are we getting in?
He must have ran into Batman in that wheelchair.
I mean, this game sells something like 20 plus million copies. So if 40% of the players play, you still got hella people playing that shit.
That's true. True. Lies.
P.
Blops.
Is that 50 Cent?
Things got complicated.
Say what?
That did not look like 50 Cent.
I promise that look like 50 Cent. The dude that know what his back.
I saw the face. I didn't see not 20 cent, 10
Really?
cent, a nickel.
This man said 50 Cent.
Hey man, if his name show up, it's real.
May God continue to bless the United States of America.
You just got a first look at the campaign for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Set in the
The lives of
1990s,
Phil.
Feels-
after the Cold War
Feels
ends,
feels
where the
smiling because he
truth
knows it's something that will
isn't what
actually
it
make money.
seems. It's an honor to stand here representing the creative
Nah, you smiling because
teams
like,
at
yeah, this is on
Activision.
our console
And
on
please
Xbox.
stay tuned
Yeah,
after the showcase.
we bought
where
them
we
out
will
for
take you
30,
inside the
100 billion.
studios to hear directly from Treyarch and Raven, who are working on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You'll get a 25-minute deep dive into the story and a sneak peek at multiplayer and zombies. It's been 10 years since Call of Duty has been in our show.
Oh, that's
Even
right,
longer
because
since all Call of
Sony
Duty
won
players
the
got the
marketing
same
rights at the
game
start of
at
the
the
last
same
gen.
time.
It sure did.
Going forward,
'Cause
everyone
COD
will
used to be the
experience
Xbox
game,
kind of game.
including the Black Ops 6 beta, the season expansions, and the updates at launch. There are currently over 100 million people who play Call of Duty every month. We hope to grow that community
Dear God.
by making Black
Every
Ops
month?
6 the first Call
Yep.
of Duty game that will be available in Game Pass day one. So no matter where you choose to play, everyone is welcome to experience Call of Duty Black Ops 6
Hey, man,
on October
it's part of the
25th.
Dirty Dozen, so you can expect it.
I'm incredibly excited for today's
That
show.
is so much.
I'm standing here thinking about
Oh, yeah.
all the passion that has gone
Now, some of that is
into
COD
making
Mobile.
this show what it is.
Yeah. And
It's an
it
honor
might be. It might
to
also
share
be
the
like some of the
latest
players that
efforts
still play
from
some of
our
the older
partners
cards too.
around the world.
Oh yeah, because he was
And
really
from our
he gave a
own
lot of
creative
wiggle room with that
teams at
statement.
Activision, Bethesda.
Now my question
Blizzard,
is this game gonna take
Xbox
up half your hard
Games
drive?
Studios, who are
Because
doing
Yes.
It'll take up
what
2/3.
I believe is some of their best
It's gonna
Like-
take up more
ever.
space, not less.
And now I get to
Definitely gonna be
introduce
less.
something
I'll tell you that right
is
now.
special to me.
The only game they ever did
As
that was
someone
Elder
who has played
Scrolls
games
Online.
for as
That
long
it
as I
actually made
have,
its file size
It's
smaller for the
amazing
players.
that I get to set up
Gears of War.
this world premiere.
I guarantee
About
it's Gears
time.
of War.
So thank you all for
About
joining
time.
us, and please enjoy the show.
Was this Gear 6?
yeah, it will be
I
on
think so. Yeah, it'll be
6.
Gear 6. Black Ops 6, Gear 6.
Bethesda? No, wait.
Hold
It's
on.
your shit.
Hold on.
This your shit.
Before he became a hero. Who became a hero? He was a super weapon of God. Who was this? Skyrim 2?
That'd be crazy.
This Gold Road, the ESO expansion?
No, there's some turrets over there. This ain't ESO. Oh, Doom. Yeah, Doom.
Told y'all.
Yeah.
They said it was gonna be like a year zero type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I
Damn.
like that cape. Like that cape on him. I got a shield. Oh, let's go. With it.
Okay.
I'm already ready.
This
go.
looks like
What?
Dang, what was that other game? It was a game like Doom back on
Ooh,
PC era.
ooh. Come on now.
Dang, what's that game?
Rykar?
Nah, this was like on like 90s and early 2000 PC. It was basically like Doom, but it had this
metal
look.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely metal. Bro, they got swords and shields.
Painkiller. That's what this looked like.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
I forgot about
Painkiller.
that.
Yeah.
You got a mech?
He had a mech in the last game.
I did not know
That's
that.
how
I
you
don't
knew.
follow Doom.
Ooh, I ain't done that before. Flying with
Doom,
dragons.
the Dark Ages. Oh,
Wait, is it like
Doom,
a?
the Dark Ages.
Is it like a? Hold on. What kind of? We flying through zones now? How big are these zones? I got a lot
Great
of questions.
okay.
Looks like an exclusive,
Yeah, it does look like one.
but I mean it's on PC, so you know.
Okay, X Station. I see y'all, man. You got a solid looking one.
XN Studios presents. Okay, so this is in the house, of course.
Who were you before? Who did you love?
Some with zombies.
State of Decay.
State of
3.
Decay 3.
Believe.
Yep.
That's a specifics to Undead Labs.
We make
this.
zombie shit. That's it.
We all knew the risks when we ventured out beyond the gates.
Mad Max NASCAR.
You helped us make something
I know, right?
greater than the fear and death that surrounded us.
The bloodborne ass sword.
Damn.
We found hope in each other.
Look like Michonne.
That's probably on
Sean.
purpose.
Sean set the standard for zombie protagonist.
And even if we bought the
She's so
other
freaking cool.
survivors just one more day, the sacrifice would be worth it. It would always be worth it.
Good job, Scott. Yeah, got him.
It's like a cutscene, but using in-game models.
It's like they're
Yeah,
switching
they're
between
switching between-
cutscenes and in-game.
Yeah.
Find the courage to keep
Yeah,
going,
definitely using in-game models,
to fight on.
which means their lighting is fantastic. Which I'm noticing.
You gonna need more than a gun for that. What is this Doom all of a sudden?
When we needed it the most.
Could be DLC.
Oh, he talking about Doom guy.
Yeah.
Doom guy gonna come through like, yeah, ain't nothing to me, man.
Enough of this.
I've been on Mars before.
I
Dang.
didn't know you well. But we'll keep your memory alive.
He should have had a
That's
Frank,
sad as fuck.
West keychain instead of a Yoshi
Yes.
keychain. He might have survived.
And will never be forgotten.
What'd you say, Devin?
I said he should have had a Frank West keychain instead of a Yoshi
A Frank
keychain.
West
He would have
keychain.
survived.
Damn.
Oh snap! You better turn around because it's
That's a big one back there.
they come Aaron Donald back there.
That hairy dog.
Why would I get out and stop for that? I'm confused.
I mean,
They
they
should have
no
just
choice.
backed up.
That's what I was like.
We live on.
Fair enough. Did the K3. Dang. Sad 3? I'll be sad, actually.
No date on that one, so probably further out 2025.
We got COD and SOD.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Dragon Age?
Uh-oh. Dragon Age. Dragon Age.
About time.
It's a Foot Clan.
Not looking good.
This man, what?
This'll take more than you and me.
Hey, Scout Harding.
We need
Yes, sir.
someone to be our
Everybody
eyes
was
and
trying to
ears.
bang her in the last game.
Someone to bring a little darkness to the daylight.
Damn.
The Mage Killer.
We're going into the fade, aren't we?
I'm gonna need you to be better at that.
Buried secrets.
What about Darkspawn?
Yeah. Someone who will stand between us and a pack of demons.
Oh, you got a warden?
Oh, crap.
You know there will be dragons.
And he a brother? Appreciate y'all.
Hey.
Gotta have some dragons in Dragon Age.
Someone with fire in their blood.
A literal dragon hunter.
Makes perfect sense.
This crew needs a leader. Someone we can count on. Someone that the world can count on. But where are we gonna find them?
That rank.
This is the first time we've gotten any look at this game for
Yep.
real. It's crazy.
We got majority new cast. The Veil God.
Hey, look,
Yeah, yeah, right.
y'all doing a full reveal later on. And when you do the full reveal, I want the full fucking release date. Not none of this
I do
fall
too.
2024 shit. Get it right.
Now, Electronic Arts, they usually put release dates close to when they announce games, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because they don't even release, they don't even show nothing until they ready.
Starfield.
The Starfield Shattered Space DLC.
Okay, that makes sense.
We have received a distress call of unknown origin.
Aliens?
Oh, if only.
There is no
This game should have had aliens. I don't care who told them what. That was a mistake.
It's not right.
Aliens that we could talk to, not just the
Were
ones
there
we
different races in this game?
Absolutely. Yeah. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic.
Yeah, that's a little weird
The
coming from
the
like.
aliens were all like monsters you could kill. That was it, right?
That's a little weird coming from
Something you
like
could actually
Fallout
talk
and
to.
Skyrim. When Skyrim literally had different races and like Fallout, I mean, it was just a bunch of like different like people mutated
Yeah,
and stuff.
Mutants and stuff like that. Ooh,
Hold very still
I like the level.
and choose your
This is
words
great level design.
They will determine how long you live. You trespass in the hall.
Yeah. Looking like Destiny now.
Your fate
A little bit.
will be
A
decided
lot of that today.
by the great serpent.
Can you
You
feel
get past that part?
Mr. Clear?
From yesterday, yes.
Okay.
There is no more you.
I got stuck again.
Only us.
So this, I imagine, is like an October, November thing. I don't even think I
Makes
bought
sense.
the DLC, but this does look cool.
Is it gonna be like a season pass thing? They got multiple DLCs.
As far as I know right now, this is the only DLC.
Okay.
Now the question is, do you want to keep supporting it and add more content, or do you want to just move on to Fallout? Not Fallout, Elder Scrolls. What is with this lack of dates?
Ain't no days.
And new content coming tonight. We got a date for that.
Proposal for you.
The creation kit.
New locations. Okay. New gear.
New bounties.
Okay.
What you trying to do Fortnite? New update.
We know Bethesda's always been very in tune with their modding community. So they're
Oh,
really
yeah.
big on creating stuff, getting those people involved. Okay. What's this?
Y'all have.
Starfield 2.
Multiphon 76 is sponsored
Fallout
Oh,
76.
Fallout 76
Sugar
DLC.
Bombs breakfast cereal. Bombs away. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're coming to you live in the 10th consecutive hour of our
Tim, I know he
Multiphon
just in
76
excruciating pain for Elder Scrolls 6
We've
at
got
this point.
operator standing by and like we've got one.
Got another 5 years.
He's sending the whole family to Vault 76.
How about that? Skyline Valley. Beautiful country. Right in the heart of Shenandoah.
Was beautiful.
As soon as I heard that, I knew we were gonna sing the song. I knew it.
First ever
All now
map
to join
expansion.
Harry and the over 17 million Vault
I've
members
never heard this
already
song before.
And let's keep those numbers climbing.
Got 4 on the line from ABR Medical Center.
Vault 76 is a growing community, and strong community can weather any storm. Why, just take a look at our Skyline Valley neighbors in Vault 63. The greatest scientific minds are hard at work, cooking up shocking new ways to protect and preserve this
The
Appalachian.
Vault 63 lost
Yes,
is what you're telling me.
Skyline Valley is a stunning portrait of Mother Nature in repose.
Very few
From
faults won.
picturesque Shenandoah National Park to its majestic wildlife and friendly
Some.
local
Bruh.
residents,
Not most.
Skyline
Oh!
Valley is a welcome home to
Mech zombies.
And don't forget to bring home a
Man, that sounds
souvenir or
horrifying.
two.
Well, that's some cool new power armor right there.
When the
So,
bombs started dropping, don't come a knocking. Call now to reserve your
Okay.
place in Vault
The
76.
fuck kind of ad is that?
basically, like, it's too late when it dropped. You could have called us now.
I suppose having skin is not for
Got a
everyone.
lot of
Oh,
nerds.
they got the ghoul.
Best of luck out there.
Huh.
World premiere. Is that game that had like that clockwork kind of stuff going on?
Well, they said it's a. I don't think so because they said it was a world premiere. So I guess it's new.
You talking about
Clockwork Revolution.
clock? Yeah.
And everyone of that age vanishes into nothingness. Every year she paints again. And every year an expedition departs for the continent with one hopeless mission. Destroy the paintress so she can never paint death again.
Holy shit, this is pretty.
So she can't steal anyone else's
This
future.
kind of give me folklore vibes.
This world is full of wonders.
Yet everywhere we go, we walk with death.
Do you mean we're the only ones left?
It's a
Oh, it's an
turn-based
RPG. Hold on now. Looking
Yeah,
kind of
it's a
like
turn-based
this
RPG.
looking kind of like Lost Odyssey.
Lost Odyssey.
Hold on now.
Wait a
Wait a
minute. now.
minute.
Hold on.
I'm with you when you're right. I'm with when you got some people standing on one side of the screen and there's some people on the other side. I'm with you. When you hit somebody, no.
So, like, there's multiple protagonists. Okay. Oh no, you got us at that.
You hit
Oh,
somebody, numbers pop
Oh, yeah.
up. I'm with you.
It almost remind me of like a saga style game.
There's clearly some action elements to this combat, though.
Yeah, like the rhythm kind of to the attacks
Even
and stuff.
if we fail, we lay the trail for those who will come after. Right? We are Expedition 33.
There wasn't no Jack Foe, but I'm on board for this one.
I'm with this one for sure.
I got a
That's-
feeling
Oh yeah.
it's being exclusive.
I've been looking for
Yeah, it is.
I ain't never.
Wait,
Oh, it
wait,
is?
wait. Actually, they would have no reason to tell us, so we'll have to check that out
Right.
later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You off to a good start. South Midnight.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense.
Yep, Compulsion Games.
Hard to believe this is all really happening.
I'm a simple man. You show one side of the screen somebody standing, the other side somebody standing. You got me. You already got me halfway.
That's all I need.
Is a catfish talking to them?
That's cool as shit.
I thought that was
Shout out, Kev.
the old man from the last one.
Nah, he was kind of a villain.
Oh yeah.
I gotta drop you off fast.
After I got you out of that tree, you said you helped me find my mama.
I ain't at the disposition to be
My
gas
mama.
facts.
Well, me neither.
If we're gonna go on, we gotta get rid of him.
I'm all ears.
There's a church up a ways with a big bell. Go on and
These
ring it.
visuals are
You
visual.
wanna make him come running?
Tom can't abide the sound of bell. Some church folks once tried to dynamite him, and he didn't take that too kind. If you ring that bell, he might skedaddle.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you
Boy,
up.
they
beyond
they
the
went
house
hard
and
with the
find your
Mississippi
Boy, did they?
setting.
Trifling ass mudcat.
We don't even sound this
I heard
Mississippi.
that.
Well, so that's
Oh,
Louisiana. technically.
gameplay.
I was gonna say they gotta show gameplay.
Gotta move quickly now.
Looks nice.
This giving me Beyond Good and Evil kind of just way it's. Let's see some combat first though.
Wait. That floating island.
Is her weapon like a harpoon?
gator?
Because I see like a lot of hooks and stuff.
At least that's their. Okay, so it's a traversal method, if nothing else. Uh-oh, fight scene.
Oh, hell no.
Rhythm based?
Could be.
Okay, this look pretty dope. Oh, what game did that where you kill enemies and you like had to?
And beating him made the world better somehow.
I was just gonna say this reminds me of Kenner, Spirits of the Wild a
With
little bit.
Spirits?
Yeah.
There it is. Now to get over there.
Very large map.
I appreciate her for not doing the Zelda.
She kind of did it for like a brief
Yeah,
second.
she did a little bit.
Like a spirit Zelda. A lot of traversal, I see. Okay, that's good. The giant alligator.
What the hell?
Holy crap!
This looks. I'm in on this one.
This is a great trailer. Also, with this being confirmed for 2025, your back against the wall, Sony. Your back is against the wall now. What are you gonna do? What are you prepared to do about it?
Arms is heavy. Mom spaghetti.
It's like what's my man's name to be on Undisputed now? Sweating all the time.
Oh, Michael.
Michael Irvin. Don't nobody believe in you. They want to take your spot.
My son want to be a gangster. I know that has nothing to do with this, but I just want to reiterate that.
He showed through his son under the bus, and he should have. Did y'all catch the developer for this one?
I said Blizzard.
Oh, this is just a World of
Warcraft?
Warcraft trailer.
Yeah. I can tell by the character model.
Yep, there's
So
old
Illidan?
Druid.
Illidan Stormraid.
That gum Death
My
Knight.
boy. That's the Death Knight. It's Death Wing.
Though they fought amongst themselves, their enmity following them to the most distant shores.
I feel like a long time ago, WoW was really slow with their expansions, and then now it's like every other year.
You got to do something because I mean they've long pushed past like the point where it's like easy for
Peak
new players to
popularity.
get in. So you
Yeah.
might as well like, hey man, we got plenty of shit content for the people that do love this.
Oh dang, she destroyed the helmet. That probably was in the previous expansion I didn't know about.
Blooms on the horizon. The final battle draws near.
Who using that sword?
I think one of the Titans threw it on the planet. I can't remember, something like that. WoW has their own god pantheon.
Heart of the world. The drums of war thunder once again.
Hearthstone 2.
And Azeroth at last awakens.
I want that they would ever feel comfortable making a World of Warcraft 2.
So long denied.
It's like a newer, updated version.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'd be skittish because of that failed MMO they had.
I mean, you see it didn't work out for Phantasy Star.
Yeah.
So I can understand why you wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah. Base Phantasy Star 2 did okay, but when they switched that second version,
That's what I'm talking about. What's
yeah.
it called? New Genesis?
Yeah, New Genesis did not do well. It was not well received, which is sad because that's when I started playing.
They keep talking about how it doesn't have enough content. I'm like, well, aren't y'all working on it? Like, why aren't y'all adding the content? Metal Gear?
Great point.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Yeah, this definitely Metal Gear.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety
I don't
of
know who woke up with
Sokolov and
Konami
bring
one
it
day
back
was
to
like,
the
man, we
West.
got a lot of games. Let's keep making them. I appreciate you.
Your code name for this mission
Oh, I
will
think
be
I
Naked
actually.
Snake. I'll be referring
Damn,
to
this
it
looks
as
really
Snake.
good.
I think I actually saw this one already. I didn't know this was revealed. Yeah.
This will be a sneaking mission.
Yeah.
You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's specialty. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on
The
site.
alligator.
That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
In the mud.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment. Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
The mission rests
Yeah,
entirely
boy,
in
was
your
David
hands.
Hayter, I think his name is.
The real one-man army.
Only had the rights to this. The marketing rights, I mean.
Speak.
Show the boss.
There she is.
A date for us?
Commencing virtuous mission now.
No, but I mean, it does look better, at least to me.
Yeah, so far, like they doing
like-
it
that-
justice.
There's a lot of space at the bottom of that screen. I saw that black spot there. They're gonna show the date, right?
It did look like someone about to pop up there, but it's like,
It's
nah.
like it's gonna be blank.
In-engine footage,
And Evil Awakened.
or so we say.
Oh, this is the pirate game.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
I mean, that's a huge success for them. So, and
Yeah,
even
it's
more
been-
successful now since launching on
PlayStation.
yeah.
The ultimate weapon.
Didn't it come to Switch too?
That I don't know. It might have.
No, it didn't. My bad. It was something else that came because like
The combo
two of them
villain.
came to Switch, two of them didn't.
Oh, you can be evil now? Huh. Oh, you are pirates. You can already
Game has
attack
a-
other players.
I think it even added a third-person mode, but this game has a cool style to it. My problem is that there's just no progression.
Not really.
Like
it's
whatever
more
you
of
got is whatever you got. It's not like you level up or anything.
I mean, the progression is kind of like the natural progression of like buying new ships, getting better loot. That's about it.
I think the loot is the same though. Like I think it's all equal.
Hmm.
Oh, this is that game. The one where it's like you and like a cat dog creature
Flintlock.
fighting like fallen gods.
It's Flintlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play this one.
It's been developing for a while.
Got delayed. Looks better than it did before though.
She looks like Zendaya a little bit.
Does she? Y'all have come a long way because at one point y'all were on like either the PC gaming show or the future game show. Microsoft seen you was like, nah, we got better plans than that.
That looks cool as fuck. This looks good.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid.
This looks cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they made Ashen. Oh, no wonder this is so cool. Okay. I forgot. I didn't know these are the guys that made Ashen. Okay.
Come on then. Fight me and die.
This is a baller thing to say.
Okay, I released
July?
it.
Holy crap.
Dang, that's real soon. Flintlock.
Experience the journey with Zendaya and Timon in July.
About Timon, but you the rest of it I get it. Magic Timon?
Yeah.
Aura, History Untold.
Now, as the gods of mankind.
Some Zeus.
Right? Gotta be what this is.
This is RTS?
One of those 4X games, I believe.
Oh, that makes sense.
Rulers of the Greeks and the Norse.
I don't know what it is about this scene on screen. Just makes me want to just go take a nap.
We created
I
mankind to
just.
fight for our glory.
Hey man, the only real-time strategy game that makes me feel something is Kessen. That's because I grew up with.
Command beastly chaos.
Nah, this looks kind of cool though.
Yeah, I would say it looks. It look a little interesting.
This is probably the best looking one trailer like these that I've ever seen, because it's focusing on all the ridiculous shit that you normally couldn't do because these games are realistic.
That's a good point. Oh, yeah, gods.
God dang.
These games also tend to have PvP as well. Hey, Gaia.
You want to look? Okay, so
Lord
Age
Mythology.
Mythology.
Oh, Age of Mythology. Okay. Is this a remake?
Gotta be, because they said retold. What was it, September?
I didn't see the day.
I think it said September 4th.
Man, they are blazing through these today. I appreciate it.
Your target is in possession of a radioactive device.
Hitman?
Carrington's attack at all costs.
Nah.
Wouldn't be Hitman, because they're working on James Bond.
You're right.
I always knew I had an instinct.
What is this though?
When they gonna show
What
Perfect
studio
Dark?
did they say?
I could see the world differently.
I didn't know. I didn't
It would be
catch.
like any other mission.
I didn't see the studio either.
You might be right about this being.
I was wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
This is
Oh,
Perfect
Crystal
Dark.
Dynamics.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they gotta show something on this. Like,
They said 30 games. We're at 14, I believe.
How far to his last known location?
This looks good.
Are also tracking his whereabouts. You need to find him before they do.
I'll have to improvise.
Generating voice print.
Man, how long has it been since we had a Perfect Dark game?
shoot,
360?
360.
I'm looking at the screen right now.
Our intel places Carrington on the second floor.
On the life we think
We
we
got
know
Splinter Cell tomorrow. This be a great weekend for a stealth action game.
turns out to
Ain't no
be a
Splinter
lie.
Cell B.
Probably not.
They,
There's only one way forward.
somebody that would have had knowledge about it was like,
Find the
don't
truth.
hold your breath for that one. I don't know what Ubisoft's gonna have tomorrow
Stands
though.
clear.
Is it just gonna be the games we already know about?
Harrington!
I have no idea. You would think it'd be
Analyze.
time for another
What
Far
am I
Cry
looking
or
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
If he attacks it,
or
the casualties could be astronomical.
Any of them
Recon.
shits, really.
Yeah.
Agent Stark, it's a pleasure to meet you. I could use someone with your skills.
Give me that, yeah. This looks sick.
I had to lose everything before I could see. What this world was really hiding.
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
Are you all seeing this?
Once you open this door, there's no going back.
Type of Matrix shit. No date,
Yeah,
not really a
day one
surprise.
With Game Pass.
Agent Joanna Dark is caught in the middle of a near-future war over an
Mad
advanced
booty.
technology that threatens the lives of millions.
It's
We hope
funny
you
every time I
enjoyed the
see
first
it.
look at gameplay, and we can't wait to share more from the developers at the initiative and Crystal Dynamics as the game progresses. The creativity and talent of game creators are what make our industry unique, and I'm incredibly proud of our games and our teams. They are building a diverse lineup of titles, which includes new installments in beloved franchises like Doom, The Dark Ages from id Software,
I'm
updates
ready
and
for that.
expansions to our ongoing games like World of Warcraft, The War Within from Blizzard, handcrafted original concepts like South of Midnight from Compulsion Games, and blockbuster games with massive audiences like Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision. On behalf of our creative teams at Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, King, and Xbox Game Studios, we thank you for your continued support, and we look forward to getting their ambitious games in your hands. Diablo is one of the most enduring and beloved series in all of gaming. We're thrilled to have Diablo 4 in Game Pass, where millions of you made it your favorite way to play. This October, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred expands the demon slaying experience with an all-new character class, a new region, and of course, the next chapter in the acclaimed story. Here is the opening cinematic for the game. Let's take a look.
Diablo 3 only had one expansion. I think Diablo 4 is gonna have more than one.
Oh yeah.
I think we're past that era.
Oh, the idea of just like a little bit of DLC and we move on? None of that.
And then take them like 10 years to come out with a new one. No way.
Especially
That's
since
kinda-
people would just play something else.
That's how Path of Exile started beating them, because Path of Exile never stopped adding content to their game.
That would do it.
Unlimited content.
Boy, young one. Are you all right?
Man, Blizzard's cutscene group still never fell off.
I mean, they put the work in. I mean, Diablo was a good looking game.
Yeah, it looked good. I agree.
Nay, Rel. Is that how I
I did not finish D4's story, so I do not know what's going on.
No, Mother. But I must carry this burden alone.
She gonna put you over her crystal and knee.
Look at you. You're killing yourself. I don't know.
Just don't know like the girl from D3. Did it not end well for her?
I mean, that seems to be the story of the Diablo universe. It just didn't end well.
Yeah.
You so much. I'm so proud of you. But now I need you to give up.
Damn. Well, there it is.
No, no.
I need you to give
Of
up.
course it's you. You monster. Let go. No. You made a choice. And I warned you, little magpie. There would be consequences.
Yo.
Well,
Super dark.
I mean, just kill me at this point, all right?
No! I control the stone!
The stone. You control nothing.
Maybe you're right.
What happened to the dude behind you?
That's what I was gonna say. Oh, it's up to him.
Bruh.
What is this bum ass stone that's just got you fucked up like this?
Usually, the stone is like contains the soul of Diablo, so he's like held within it. Cause they can't ever like completely get rid of him. He'll turn
Okay.
like a stone fragment, and he's always trying to get out, but he usually needs a host body. So that's how like he always gets out. And if you think about it, in the last game, Diablo was not the villain. Lilith was. It wasn't D4's main story.
Guess it's her turn to roll. Yeah, she ain't got no choice still.
So we're at the halfway point now.
Okay. Pretty good for first half.
Fable.
All right, what y'all got?
You want to know all about heroes, do you? Well, you have come to the right place. Because who better to tell you all about them than perhaps the greatest hero of them all? Yeah? There he is, in all his finery. Cheers.
Humphrey.
Oh, retire.
It's been time for Fable to come back.
You are like literally my favorite person.
They tried to make it in the Xbox One,
Yeah, I remember that.
but it was like some multiplayer nonsense. Of course, they realized people didn't want that, so
For some reason. But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want. We thought you could save her.
You know, it's your life and death stuff.
So,
that's what defines
no
you,
custom
isn't it?
protagonist this time.
Really,
I don't think
Doesn't
so.
look
But
like
I
it.
mean, it remains to be seen, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
I knew this one hero.
Because they are reusing the same character from last time.
Nowhere else to go. Welcome to the most exclusive club in all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell
The
you,
Swamp Thing?
That's a cool
kid,
design.
She had it all: the skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was terrifying. So, yeah, I knew this girl once who made all the wrong choices.
Humphrey. She's back. I'm going to fix it, this place. And no one is going to stand in my way.
Probably like the evil version of her or something.
Okay, okay. I say again, PlayStation, your back is against the wall. Because this is a lot of games in 2025. That's a lot of heat.
They'll be ready next year. That's all I know. Be ready for next year.
World premiere.
World premiere. Oh, I Gaston from you talking about Beating the Beast, Tim? Okay.
It's got to be some multiplayer type shit.
Hate rules.
Make your own rules.
What is happening?
It's my turn.
Oh,
It's
combine
wild how
card
you
game
can
with
figure out the
FPS?
genre just by looking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the trailer. So cards, FPS combat, heroes.
Huh.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Damn.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie. Big head mode.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's kind of fun.
Huh. Rule changing hero shooter.
Frag punk.
Ooh, good luck. That
Man, you ain't
genre
never
starting to
lied.
get crowded again.
World.
Hero shooters just came back. Like we back.
Noodle cake.
Pine Creek Games.
They take so long to make that you never know. It could have been a wave of them
There's nothing
that
left
started back in like 2018.
So, I have
Makes
traveled
sense.
back to where I grew up. Here, I found my childhood home in ruins. Why hasn't my aunt taken good care of it?
about time for a small title to show up.
House is broken.
Agreed.
So I can't even ask her. I will make the tree stump a cozy home again, no matter what it takes, and no matter how hard it gets.
That's why it's one of them games, Sage. Steam Deck baits.
And find
That Steam
meaning
Deck bait right there, boy.
and beauty out here. Some
It's
will
like
say
Secret of Nymph.
that in the dead of winter, a small city mouse doesn't stand a
man.
chance. Maybe so. But I must keep believing that every winter.
Okay, who made that
leads to
little ass
spring.
bridge?
Fancy,
I don't know, but it's adorable.
Damn!
You got real out here.
No!
Is that the cover? I ain't gonna lie, that's the cover. That's hard.
That's a dark ass cover. I ain't gonna lie.
Winterboro.
Winterboro.
World premiere.
My mixtapes bend others to my will. It's a strange, almost cosmic talent.
Okay.
I don't know what this is, but I'm interested.
Feels like Life is Strange vibes.
Where summers
Yep.
lasted
Yeah.
forever, when friendships were unbreakable, and any trouble was good trouble.
This year, I want to ride a flaming stallion of delinquency.
Yes.
What's your name again?
From Beethoven and Dinosaur.
I swear there are so many more
comes an
teenage coming of
adventure,
age
a
games.
lifetime in the making.
It's like a popular thing. I ain't gonna. Yeah.
Experience the freedom of the teenage wasteland, sneaking out, making out, avoiding the law,
Yep.
and maybe something a little more.
And some powers involved.
I stand up?
Yeah, little Rockford, go nuts.
Set to the soundtrack of a generation.
I like the visuals.
I like the music and the
The
visuals.
Smashing Pumpkins.
This is checking like so many boxes for
What
me.
are we gonna think of ourselves in 10 years?
I'll just remember to tell
Y'all ain't got no
myself
powers. Y'all just high as fuck.
it felt important.
They gone
at
off
the
that
time.
shit.
Your greatest
Sounds about right.
memories are stored
That would be
Yeah,
kind of
man,
hilarious
when I
if they
was
were just
16,
high.
You're invited
I could
to
float in the air. I made the car float and everything. Yeah. Shut your ass.
X-Men for Delinquents.
That is a
There have
perfect
been
title.
Noise complaints.
Mix.
Okay.
For like every movie I watched in the 90s.
That was game number 19. Look good though.
Solid. See how that gets fleshed out more as get closer to its release date.
Forgot what y'all were working on.
Tim said they got Future on the mixtapes. That's why they seeing all that.
Oh my god.
This is a freaking I can't
Flight
stand this
simulator?
game.
You say you what?
Let's fly across the United States.
Yeah.
Man. Bring back Pilot Wings. You want to make a?
Like that, man.
I know that's
Love
Nintendo,
flying.
but I know that's Nintendo, but bring back Pilot Wings, man.
I mean, sim games have a certain have a huge crowd actually.
Yeah.
Some
Oh,
people
yeah.
just really want to get into that shit.
Remember my roommate in college? He was big because his father was a pilot. He was really into flight simulation. He had like a little device and everything. I see him in the room playing it, just moving around playing.
Damn,
he
he was
loved it.
super serious
He
about it.
loved it. That and GTA. That was his two favorite games.
Of course.
Wow.
Of course, it was supplemented by one of those.
Oh, I mean, you know, everybody plays at least one of them Dirty Dozen games. It look like either you play them or you play them at one point.
Yeah, or know somebody who plays them and play with them occasionally. Oh, search and rescue. That makes sense. Cargo transport.
Now, Tim, you might be onto something right there. That might be some good content. Tim
What do you
asked,
say?
do they have the airline to be fighting all the passengers? That'd be a unique little spin to it.
Spirit
Explore our
Airlines.
world. Get out the plane and take pictures of nature. Get on a blimp. Sure.
It's just Forza for air travel. The
Now,
Spirit
these
Airlines Simulator.
I'm sure these would be great in VR. Are these in VR? Because these would be great in VR.
They should
This
be.
would be pretty cool in VR.
These games should be in VR.
I don't think racing games in VR a lot. That's
Answer the call.
weird.
Probably motion sickness.
I mean, hell, I've seen other games they would talk about motion sickness. They weren't racing games. What was that game that was like putting everybody on their butt?
Gotta be avowed at this point. Right?
Could be Avowed. Could be Indiana Jones.
I'm sorry. Nope. Bethesda, they don't do avowed.
You're right. You're right.
It's Golden Road. This is Golden Road. I think the big update with this is you have some kind of ability crafting thing.
Boy, these MMO trailers always be on point. Maybe make you want to play the game, and then you play the game, or you like look at the gameplay, you like, never mind.
Yeah, I wish the gameplay was a little better. I spent a lot of hours in this game, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Soundtrack choices.
I just love the fact that you can go in this game and just go straight to a dungeon. Like hundreds of dungeons. You just go to any dungeon. Boom, 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 instant.
You playing this song, we gon' get content struck. I wish y'all wouldn't.
The game gon' look nothing like that when you play it. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true, too.
yeah.
Well, close. Damn. Could you imagine getting frozen like that? You just walking.
Somebody get that person some hot Cheetos, cause they frozen.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying.
Like I like the song, but y'all not finna have us content struck. Get that shit out of here.
You know, it was 2 seconds. Like, oh, you got something you ain't supposed to.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
Had to edit the whole damn thing out. This does look cool though. Oh fuck is that?
That's
Homeboy
like
was
one
in
of
the little
those,
spider shit.
For limited time.
Yeah,
play
like the
all
dwarven
DLC.
tech. You know, like the dwarves and the Elder Scrolls are long gone, but the technology is left behind.
Oh, I did not know that.
They're like hyper. There's no dwarves. They're like that society's died, but their tech is like really advanced and left behind and stuff. So you'll see it all around.
I swore I'd never use my power again.
Life is Strange. Hey.
So it's a new Life is Strange.
2 nights
Mm-hmm.
Then we saw a trailer of this before, right?
No sir.
Am I tripping?
No
Oh.
sir. Lost Records, maybe you might be thinking of.
That's probably what I was thinking.
It looks like that rumor was true. They're using protagonist of Life is Strange 1.
I don't know who
Oh, that's who does.
Yeah, she had like time rewind powers.
trusts me.
I played that game for like 2 hours. I do remember that. You had the timer.
I never played the first one. I got really into the third one.
Man, this has become one of their most successful series.
For Deck 9, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Focusing my power.
Yeah.
I somehow
Square Enix just does the publishing for this game, right?
Yeah, that's all they just publish it. But I mean, they own the property because
they own
Deck
it too,
9
okay.
didn't make it. It was another studio that made it.
Oh, okay.
every step. And only I can
Visuals are pretty.
Parallel world? It's the same as this one, except you're dead.
Oh, we doing Chrono Cross?
Save Sophie. If I can solve
Okay, a parallel universe makes sense.
the same murder across 2 timelines.
Okay, I see she on her Doctor Strange tip.
Double Exposure. I love that name.
Double
Whoa. I did
Go
not
between them.
get that.
Yeah, so you got you a Life is Strange game, brother. God dog, Bethesda.
All the games.
Indiana Jones.
Oh well, yeah, it is time. Machine Games. Let's get a release date, please.
Are you sure you want to investigate these Finley?
I can't let this go. It could be the best kept secret in history.
What are you going to do, Indiana?
These artifacts have a deep connection to something in the past. Boss believes they hold a kind of power. A discovery that can change the world.
What were you doing out there?
Boy, Harrison Ford played some iconic character.
He did, but nobody gives a damn about Indiana Jones no more. That's like a certain crowd from like
passage of time. Passage of time. Not every
you know
IP
what
is gonna
though?
hold up.
People
Every
still
IP
fuck with
holds
Han
up.
Solo.
That is true.
And the
He
funny
did.
part is, he don't give a damn about Han Solo.
He sure don't.
And he love Indiana Jones.
Sure does.
It'd be like, come back for another Indiana Jones movie. He'd be like, you got it.
He sure did. They even like what de-aged him.
They sure
the
did.
last
He
one?
was like, I don't give a damn as long as I get to be Indiana Jones again.
He was
Han
Indiana
Solo, he was like,
Jones.
I wish I'd kill this nigga off.
They
Sick
did.
of this man.
They did.
They chose
Han
got rid of him.
Solo, Indiana Jones, and the dude from Blade Runner. But I ain't watched Blade Runner, so I don't know. But that was an iconic movie in its own right.
Oh, it was. Did y'all know Blade Runner had like connections to Alien?
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's theories that it's set in the same universe.
That could be cool. Oh.
Yo, Till.
Oh.
You gotta chill out, bro. he said that last movie was Dookie Soup. Hey, yo.
I did not watch it.
I've never heard such a term before.
I know what he's talking about. Though. That's awful.
Dookie Soup is rough.
This feel like World War II Uncharted.
Essentially.
I get more than the visuals or they visually.
If you make it like a very cinematic game, Uncharted style, in any way, it needs to look good.
I endured this dreadful mountain even if my mind was screaming every step of the way. Because of a concept
They put the A in visuals.
Americans will never understand.
Actually, now that we don't have Uncharted or Tomb Raider right now, this is a great time to put this.
Supposed to be a Tomb Raider coming soon.
Yeah, they said they weren't working on. I don't expect to see that to like 2026 or 2027.
I agree. Well, I expect it to come out in 2026.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't expect to see it until next year. What the fuck?
You laugh and dance, celebrating your own idiocy and drinking the piss you call beer. I will walk through fire for the devoted men of Give me that stone.
That's where Indiana Jones ran to every Nazi that's still around, like Hydra.
He found them all.
He be finding them, bro.
Search your corpse to make sure. Place away. Give me the stone.
That's a stone.
It'd be dumb to fall for that. Oh yeah, this is some Uncharted nonsense right here.
Something about to fall down.
An entirely unlikely scenario that you somehow survive even though you were supposed to die.
Oh, yeah. I guess Indiana Jones did it first.
How did you miss?
She moved.
I mean, it's got Harrison Ford in it, so if he got a gun, he had that stormtrooper syndrome.
Good point.
That's it for you, buddy.
Yeah, he cooked.
Watch that dude survive somehow.
Oh, you know his name in the script. Punched the shit out that man. I don't know why this game had to be first person.
I've said it from the jump. I'm like, this should have been a third-person experience. It was like, nah.
I know that.
I mean, it is what they good at, so I guess.
Yeah. That's the guy. What's that actor's name?
You said is that
Of
who?
course.
The actor that
that
played
guy,
OG
Candyman.
Candyman. It ain't Indiana Jones if a random scrub ain't falling to his death.
That's true.
This again?
Another mecha game?
It's the same game, ain't it? And it just Mecha Break again?
Maybe.
Hey, look, one of these mecha games better have a fucking story at some point. I'm sick of this shit.
I don't think this is Mecha Break.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
This is like they doing Macross stuff. They ship it and
it's-
shoot.
It's clearly some type of multiplayer shit, though.
Well, if you want to make a game that has a story, you can play Make a Time with something.
I guess that's what I'm gonna have to play, but it sucks because I don't like that style of mech. It's like the old 70s style, like gigantic barrel-chested shit. I like this style.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I mean, you know, it is what it is. But it's just weird that gaming just does the thing. They only do the thing that people kind of care about in mechs.
What in the world? They dueling like Zone and Enders.
Bruh.
Yeah, this is fucking intense. Like, it's like Kamen Rider Kabuto. Bro did the cast off.
Oh, it is Make a Break. Huh. Look different from Make a Break. I remember like it had a transforming stuff. Right. You were right, Sage. I was wrong.
I was surprised by the end because I thought it wouldn't make a break either.
You never know you are a monster until someone comes to slay you. The first signs are really subtle,
No, bitch.
but over time, it becomes clear. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity.
What is this?
You don't know you're a monster, even though you're sitting on a throne of corpses. No, that ain't how that works.
Might be a slow transformation.
Intense.
Some Neo vibes here.
I can see yeah, Neo vibe.
This is a long way off too, because there's no UI.
Nope.
I love it though. Loving the look.
Japanese Stellar Blade.
I should know.
White myth, white woman. Or Asian
It is
woman.
not a white woman.
It's not a white.
Nothing is forever.
Wu-Chang Falling Feathers. Hey, I was close. I was close. It was.
Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I should have stuck with Nothing Is Forever. That sounded fire.
I can't do that because of the James Bond copyright.
I was gonna say that sounds like some James Bond
Well,
type shit.
that was everything or nothing. That's what it was.
No, there's another one. Nothing. Something. There's something. Nothing in the James Bond title.
Has chosen you as our envoy to
About.
the living lands.
Okay.
That wild frontier
Asleep.
suffers from the dreams
It's another game that really should have been third person, but whatever.
of this terrible plague and put an end to it.
He is wrong. The dream scourge is but a
That
symptom
armor
of
is
a
inspired
deeper,
by Elder
more
Scrolls, like
dangerous
mud.
rot. Go, tame the chaos that plagues the living lands, so that those who remain standing can shape its future. They both deceive you. There is more wonder in this world than eyes alone can see. You must open yourself to its mysteries.
I guess
Tend to its purpose.
since it was like heavily rumored, I guess they close with Gears.
That would make sense, I
The
guess.
living
Yeah.
lands truly needs. Its protector.
What game are we on now?
26. Oh yeah.
Avowed.
God dang, another one?
Might as well.
Rebellion. Do I know what y'all was working on? Some horror shit got to happen. Yep. Oh, World War II horror?
They got robots. Just knock off Fallout?
I was just thinking the same shit.
Fell out.
Fill out.
Fall over.
Fall.
Fill in.
Out.
Now this one, I would say, it makes sense that it's first person. I'm still not gonna play it because it is, but it does make sense. It's like heavy gun focus and shit.
Yeah.
This actually look kind of interesting.
It's like Metro or music.
I was just finna say this got a Metro vibe to it.
I'm not music, magic. I don't know why I said music.
Just like more colorful.
Adamfall.
One far off. All right.
They ain't even lie. We know we inspired by it. We ain't gonna lie to y'all. I appreciate that.
Adamfall.
It's like Fallout. Fallout with color. That's the
Assassin's Creed? Maybe like an early glimpse?
Could be. Be right.
Oh yeah. Can't be nothing else.
I do not fear our enemy.
Because I'd be damned if another game looked just like this.
They talk
Yeah, that'd be
of
ridiculous.
peace and dream of war.
Sound like a lot of conquerors.
shit.
Man, this got some heavy Tenchu vibes with this.
I mean, yeah, it's Japan, so.
Deserve to be freed of the oppressor's grasp.
Vengeance is a lonely path.
Mmm.
Believe me, there are other ways to heal.
We ain't doing it. This is Assassin's Creed.
Meanwhile, I ain't doing none of that shit she just. Not at all. You about to get some samurai sword slashing shit.
Much we will learn from each other, Yasuke. You can see when two people fit, when they will be better together.
There is no honor in preying on the weak.
Hey!
Yes, a drastically different gameplay for both of those characters.
I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't really. Hey, it's Assassin's Creed. This looking kind of spicy.
Black and white mode? Okay, I see y'all.
Ghost of Tsushima made that famous, so see that.
That looks pretty good.
Oh, sorry. Oh, they had the release date too.
Mm-hmm. Stalker, the Ukraine.
Gotta be Ukraine. PC boys going crazy right now.
Oh yeah, they lost it.
This game is a classic for them. Stalker been modded so much.
Ви тільки погляньте на це. Край, чарівний край, черемоша і прута. Ти моя любов, ти рідна матінко моя. Жива.
What you singing for? And there's a ball of lightning just floating. Like, bro, shut up. You come over here and start shocking us. It's gonna be your fault.
I think that was on purpose. It's like a intentional reference to like what they going through over there. Why did it just blow up into like feathers?
It was like
what
dust.
kind of gun is that?
What?
Oh,
Whoa,
it really is
what
the gun that does that.
There's definitely some interesting stuff going on.
Did he flip the cartridge over and reload it? But he just have another
Reload
card.
with the same bullets that came out.
Man, took the battle rap line literally. Got him. This is one of the rare cases where people was like, yeah, we have to delay the game, and everybody was like, don't worry about it, we understand.
No problem. Yes. Totally understand. Game looks good, though.
Oh, yeah. Come a long way from when they just showed some teeth.
Man, the weather is crazy.
I was like, why would y'all do that? How does that hype anybody?
Hype for the teeth community.
Я ж показав тобі, якою я її бачу. Іди своїм шляхом, і тоді ти зможеш побачити зону по-своєму.
Heart of Chernobyl.
Holy crap. That's soon.
September 5th. That looks solid. I wasn't mad at that.
We've been honored to partner with
Hey,
GSC
Sarah.
Game World, the Ukrainian studio behind Stalker 2. We can't wait for you to experience their game yourselves on September 5th. Today, you've seen amazing games from creators around the world, from both our partners and our own studios, from the biggest blockbusters to original independent games. I hope you enjoy the breadth of titles coming to Xbox. In addition to all these great games, we're introducing a new all-digital Series X.
Okay.
And expanding color and storage options across the Series X and S lineup. They'll be coming to select markets this holiday. These new X and S consoles, alongside the many other devices in our Xbox gaming family, offer you more choices. It's our mission to make Xbox the best place for you to play by including the titles from our own studios in Game Pass at launch, by bringing your games into the future with our commitment to game preservation.
Well, I guess no Liza P announcement just yet on anything.
And empowering you to play your games anywhere you
I would have
want
been surprised if that
on
was here,
consoles, PC, and cloud.
but
This
you're right. That should have been announced at some point.
I was hoping it'd be here since this is where they showed off it originally.
Immediately after showcase ends, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct begins.
That Blops.
Taking you inside Treyarch and
Blops
Raven
6
for an
Direct.
extended look at what's next in Black Ops.
They had like a Nintendo Direct style.
Before we dive into the
As you can see,
we've saved
the bullet
one more
progression is higher than it's ever been.
Bruh.
World premiere.
You know they're going to tell you all types of stuff that only COD fans be hyped for.
Yeah.
No way this
No
has to be.
skill-based matchmaking. You don't think it has a date?
No way. Nah, buddy.
Been a while now. What, 7 years, 8 years?
This is what y'all get for having these big, chunky ass armors and you ain't got no weapons in the armor.
If they did, they kicked it up.
Yeah,
I mean, they enhance humans anyway. They should be able to be somebody else.
I'm just saying, like, I'm kind of tired of all the futuristic games and the weapons just look just like the shit we got, but slightly better. Like, hey, man, get you some Iron Man type shit.
That's it.
Uh-oh. That did not solve your problem.
Man, I think the last Gears of War game I played
Say it was what?
Gears of War 2.
That is a long time ago.
Long time ago.
I got 5. I played a little bit.
5 was in 2018, I think. It was definitely Xbox One.
E-Day.
Okay, see y'all.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's probably. But it will be day one on Game Pass when it does come.
Well, fellas, it's
That's what
Blops
Black Ops-
time.
The Blops Direct. Who's ready for Blops? One thing I noticed in the showcase, protagonist game.
You say what?
A lot more female protagonist game.
Yeah.
Way more.
Hello and welcome to Treyarch in Los Angeles, and thanks for joining us today. We're excited to share what we've been working on for the past few years. For Black Ops 6, we really wanted to give ourselves the time to craft something truly great. This means we're delivering a new level of polish and innovation across all parts of the game. I've been working here for over 20 years, and I can tell you that we have something special on our hands with Black Ops 6. And I know that the team are excited to give you a deep dive into our campaign and global innovations across the entire game.
With Black Ops 6, we're taking players to a new but familiar era, the early 90s. In true signature Black Ops fashion, our story builds on real history.
Dang, it is definitely time where that's retro.
Levels
Yeah.
of the U.S. government.
Oh, yeah.
Branding anyone who resists as traitors and forcing players to go rogue for the first time to fight. the
Oh, you
very
going
machines that
rogue?
created them.
Oh, that's
This
interesting.
team has been meticulously crafting every aspect of this game to deliver the
Man,
fighting attitude.
I feel like once you go rogue, you stuck that way though, because it's what you gonna do, kill a bunch of soldiers, be like, hey man, they was on the wrong side. Like, all right.
Somewhat. When Splinter Cell, when he went rogue, his agency turned against him. He just made his own agency eventually. Took it over.
Oh, I mean, you know, if the agency turns against like all of America or whatever, then
yeah,
all bets off.
So I guess you could say this game has roguelike elements.
God, I don't want to hear that.
How much you bet they add a mode in it? Roguelike mode for COD.
It's be like the new horde mode. Ain't bad.
Every Call of Duty player has a favorite campaign mission. When we set out to make Black Ops 6,
Oh, it's
we were
Raven this
focused
time.
on delivering missions so iconic
It's both.
that they stick in your memory.
Treyarch
they're
and
doing it
Raven together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are bringing that action-packed blockbuster feel to every step of the narrative.
Well, Black Ops is one of their biggest
We're
brands,
bringing
so
more
yeah.
variety, more dynamic moment-to-moment gameplay, and more options to finish each mission.
We can do this loud or quiet.
The game is packed with unexpected moments of Black Ops mystery. It's a high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure who to trust and what's real. And it's all set against the backdrop of the early 90s. The Soviet Union was crumbling after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Cold War. The US is the only remaining superpower. The Gulf War was dominating headlines everywhere, and there was a growing mistrust in government, reflected everywhere across the music, television, and pop culture of the time. When we talk about the Black Ops timeline,
I mean, he's
Black
making
Ops
good
6
points.
comes after the events of the Cold War, but is directly
Good
tied
point.
to the 1986 flashbacks in Black Ops 2, the aftermath of which has left our heroes in dire circumstances.
Something you should see.
Black Ops 6 blends the rich and gritty history of previous franchise titles with bold new characters, with veteran Frank Woods as our through line in our story.
Like the OG now,
In this
overseeing
new
you.
chapter, we see a different side of Woods
Well, you
following
kinda
his
See it like
remind-
the first
injury
game?
at the hands of Raul Menendez.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
Pulled from
protagonist
the
of the first
field
game.
as he adjusts to
Oh,
a
well,
new
it makes
role in
sense
the
then.
CIA, often behind a desk or
6
on the
games
other end
deep.
of the radio.
He remind me of what was the character from Forrest Gump?
Who's been making a name for himself.
The sergeant?
Oh.
Yeah.
Marshall is a
What's his
reluctant
name?
leader driven by a
Ted,
strong
Ned?
moral compass. Marshall Marshall and Woods are working with another new face in Black Ops 6, CIA handler Jane Harrow. She's a born leader, fearless and brilliant.
Thought I saw
and helps
David Ruffin
manage
back
their
there for a second.
relationships within the agency.
That's who I thought. Before Glimpse, I thought was 50 Cent on the ground. I guess that's his character I was looking at.
Whether they want to admit it or not. And Marshall has the ability to make tough calls in the field, ones that Harrow trusts him to.
Just your imagination. Playing Kai with me. Just your imagination. Get a kill streak.
Without any of their usual resources, they have to build their own team, recruiting two exciting new characters in Felix Newman, a technical genius, and Savati Dumas, a mysterious assassin.
Damn.
Papa was a rolling stone.
These former enemies have become
Wherever he
That's
laid his
Assassin's
gun
Creed.
was his home.
Was his home.
And when he died, all he left us was a gun.
Oh, God.
For the Black Ops single-player campaign, we prioritized mission variety and unique experiences. Our goal was to offer players a wide variety of mission types, each crafted
That
from
dude
the
looks like
ground
if you
up.
asked that man
One
about level
moment,
design, he
you'll be
talked to
storming
you
a
for
palace.
72
The next,
hours.
You'll be pulling off a heist at a casino.
He really
Hey,
into
man.
this shit.
Hey, man. That's the
This
type
is
of
fucking
level
life.
designer you need.
This
This my
is what I'm
life.
talking about.
Yeah.
That man love
We
that.
wanted gameplay to unfold in multiple ways, giving players the freedom to navigate through them as they see
He
fit.
be like, I actually went to this location just to
Where we have
replicate what
different
the levels
combat
look like.
styles, we also have
I
conversation
mean, location
opportunities where
scouting,
you can talk,
that shit
barter,
necessary.
and manipulate your
True.
way to different
Don't just be like, hey, man, well, you know, we
Is that
looked it
the
up on
dude from
Wikipedia.
the Defenders? What's that show that not the Defenders, but what was that Marvel show?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Was that the guy?
He did kind of look like it.
I can see that.
We are excited to offer a variety of different enemy types in the campaign. The goal was to provide different challenges for the player. So whether they choose to go in guns blazing or take a stealthier approach.
Man, speaking of all these different approaches, I'm ready to see some more Crisis.
Nice and quiet.
He killed both of them with one bullet.
Push on what's possible.
That was very
Collateral.
efficient.
Enemy combatants behave. Your enemies will be relentless.
Type of
constantly
180
seeking
shit.
to outmaneuver you throughout the levels. They'll cut off escape routes, push on players' location, and force them to think on their feet. We've created certain missions where we give you a high-level objective and a variety of ways to approach that objective. One mission in particular.
That
takes
first,
place
that
in a
that
vast
dude that was on
area
his
in
knees
Iraq.
should have took you out. I ain't gonna lie.
Hunting down missile launchers with the SAS. It's one of the largest campaign
He
maps
will
we've
on
ever
horror
created.
mode.
That's a good point.
Another thing, last campaign I played probably was Black Ops.
You'll find that some of our destinations have a startling contrast in look and feel as well. We have a mission that takes place in an opulent casino in Southern Europe. It's unlike any past mission in Call of Duty. And what the player does in this space is totally unexpected. And another one of our missions we have set in the harsh tundra of northern Russia.
Somebody's gonna come back to Russia.
We are excited to offer an
Man,
array of brand new equipment as well as
it's a
new favorites
military
from the
game.
Black Ops universe.
Gotta go to Russia.
RCXD, tranquilizer trap,
The fuck was that?
He got the RC car back.
adrenaline stim,
See,
homing knife,
Ah.
The homing knife.
disruptor.
Oh, so they're bringing
Straight
back
up
a lot
Batman
of.
type gadgets.
They're bringing back a lot of the old items from some of these games.
you know what? It is Black Ops. You should have weird toys like that.
Grounded within an
Good point.
expanded campaign hub called the Safe House. You might remember we also had that in Black Ops Cold War. But this time, we wanted to think a little bit more broadly about the environment.
You got a
We
hub
also have
world?
Our team's hub located in
Just like
a
the,
Between missions, I guess.
setting. So,
Like Xavier's house for
by an ocean cliffside.
Like the
For,
Midnight Suns house.
What's most unique is that it used
the
to
home
be
for
a KGB black site, which was
armed
operated
children.
during the
Assassins.
50s and 60s.
Yeah.
This brings a lot of intrigue to the safe house and will allow players
whoa,
to explore and discover secrets from the past.
Cook?
The team is also bringing back the evidence board, which
Nobody
is
else will
still
get that
the
reference.
centerpiece of
Me and you.
the
I don't care.
experience, but
It's good enough for me.
upgrades.
Tim will get it.
Players can
Then we'll get it.
gain deeper insights into missions and analyze evidence collected throughout missions.
About to go sing to these people, man.
Okay, the attacker comes in. I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go!
Motion capture is so cool.
That was sick. Great. I think we got it.
You got a lot going on with that.
Oh, yeah.
Our goal is to create a more connected experience that keeps players immersed across.
He just got some high level items and wanted the buffs, and he didn't care about how it
You
looked.
want the buffs? You got director items? Director buffs?
I know exactly what you talking about. Like the old, like you put on the armor or whatever. It looks
Yeah.
bad, but you like, hey man, I gotta get these stats. That's why they started coming out with what is it, cosmetic shit? What do they call
Like
it? Where you,
skins?
not the skins, but like transmogrification.
Oh yeah.
Where you can just make shit look a certain way.
It's super popular now. They have 8-way run now?
The ability to move like never before and seamlessly change
Oh
combat
my
maneuvers
God.
like slide, dive, and our
And you still got the
enhanced supine prone and
boy, they finna be annoying as hell in this game.
Oh my god.
With that
Oh,
fucking
okay, so-
dash shit.
We started with
Oh yeah.
do this thing
Innovation.
why, and then realized people actually move that way. What happens
That
if we
run
get
back,
rid
though.
of that construct?
That's actually pretty cool because
Oh, if
that's
you can sprint in any direction, then you can dive in any direction. You could slide.
Remember, what do
in
they
any
call that
direction,
run?
Which then led to all the
Dynamic
movement and everything else.
Was it
changing
dash? It wasn't dash cancel. It's something.
Slide.
it was slide cancel.
Dash slide?
Slide canceling. That's it. Boy, they finna be annoying as hell with all this
It's
shit.
really been something that changes
Probably.
how you think and play the game, whether it's campaign, MP, or zombies. We truly believe that once you experience Omni movement, there's no going back.
Yeah, maybe that's the direction for COD going forward. The little slight change they add. Better movement.
I mean, they've added a bunch of changes. They just a lot of times they had to take them out.
Features that drastically reduces how many buttons are
This one they'll probably keep though. You hope.
various movements.
Probably like holding the button or
These can be
something.
enabled in player options, and they're broken down into
What
three
to like
categories.
to for the movement and shit.
Mantle
Sprint
and crouch
assist?
assist. And each of these settings will allow for
That's just probably like
Oh, you just don't press a button.
yeah, like Fortnite. You just run automatically.
players to focus
Oh,
on what
auto
they wanna
mantle.
do and not how to do it. We want every player, regardless of skill level or input or experience with Call of Duty, to be able to engage with Omni movement.
Somebody is mad right now just hearing that.
In Black Ops 6.
Stop making it easy for these scrubs.
Competitive players, casual people don't give a.
We looked at other genres like racing games.
Well, it would be the other way around, I would imagine. Competitive players be like, hey, if you can't beat them when they using that easy shit, then you probably trash. Casual niggas be like, man, fuck this. He could do that without help.
I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all thing, and I encourage players to play around with combos of these
No,
settings.
the auto mantle into
dial in
the
their preferred
auto move now.
setup.
That's gonna be interesting. That combination. Fidelity.
Hit zones are regions on a character that react when taking damage or dying. In past games, we've only had 4 regions. For Black Ops 6, we've actually increased that to 9 regions, so now we can determine if that enemy was shot in their left leg or right leg, and then we'll play a bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit. So world connectivity is this concept
That poor
that
mocap
players'
man had to jump back like
movement and
85
reactions
times to get all
connected
this.
to the world
I know he
based
was
on
hurt.
their choices. A
And
great
exhausted
example
by the
that
end of
really
the day.
shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through a doorway, your weapon's going to dynamically rotate in the direction
Okay.
that you're rounding that
That's
corner.
that's what Rainbow
And since
Six
it's
made
dynamic,
famous.
It'll be a bit more dramatic if you're slowly clearing a room, but won't affect you at all if you're barreling full speed around that same corner. We're constantly looking for opportunities to set the bar with movement and animations in Black
I
Ops
am
6.
actually interested how that will feel playing.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
That's something I'm gonna have to actually test out.
Our team is super thrilled to show you the best looking characters that we've done. Through our process of photogrammetry, gear that's acquired, scanned, and incorporated onto each of our operatives. For our faces, a dynamic real-time analysis of spontaneous performances was captured and processed to make every emotional, impactful moment true to actual life. We made sure to have special attention to the cuticles.
Kind of like
the
was it
facial
stage
expression.
favela?
There's dirt in between their nails, the oils on their palms as they're sweaty and running through the situations that they're in.
Ain't nobody gonna look at none of that shit, but I'm glad y'all put that detail in.
Paying attention to every detail.
Like it shows how much they care about their work.
The thing that I'm
But
most
you know, people
excited
gonna get a
about
controller
is
in their
some of
hand
the
and be
new
like, it's
options
time
that
to shoot some
we've
shit.
added, which includes
Yeah.
many that are brand new
Kind of like playing the Elder Scrolls game with all the books, with all the lore and stuff that nobody ever reads. And they know that nobody's going to read it.
That means they're procuring
They write it anyway.
I mean, there are lore nerds for like different franchises. I know that's what I am when I play Trails games.
I mean, at this point, I am too, because there's so many details.
It's
picking up
you
on
just
stuff.
drown in them
Any
in those
playstyle
games.
that you can imagine, all while maintaining the feel and tone of the era.
In Black Ops 6, we really strive for striking that balance between real and hyper-real, but we want to.
There's a rumor that there will be like a reference to 9/11 in this.
Reference so that we can match that motion.
Like not, you don't get to play it, but like just a reference to it.
And create that hyper-real look that everybody has come to know and love from Call of Duty.
Because it's like it's spanning like the 80s to the mid 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Black Ops 6 user experience is all about focusing players on what they need when they need it, and our in-game HUD is
David
no different.
Duckworth.
From the mini-map to the ammo
Kendrick
widgets,
cousin.
in-game notifications, the Black Ops 6 HUD combines some of our best designs in a clean, streamlined experience. For the first time in Call of Duty, players will be able to change their HUD in dramatic ways to suit their needs. For instance, streamers can choose a layout optimized for their setup, or maybe you want your HUD centered so you don't have to look away. Want to play hardcore anywhere, or finally put the mini-map in the bottom left? Those are options as well. Not only does the HUD give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel
This is
rewarded
actually
for
really
being
smart.
awesome.
Like the idea of having a customizable HUD.
Challenge or target their next level
Oh yeah,
online.
definitely.
Black Ops 6
I mean,
delivers an
customization
end-to-end
options at this point are like
experience
really
from
important to
lobby
players.
into combat and back, where player progress and,
And
achievement are celebrated.
Be able
in
to
a
see
big way.
things on the screen.
Yeah. This actually, I ain't gonna lie, this kind of got my interest a little bit.
Okay,
Early
progression.
on in
What we
Black
got?
Ops 6's development, we set a goal to make leveling and XP matter more than ever. Looking back through the Call of Duty and Black Ops catalog, there's a lot of love, both internally at Treyarch and that we see in our community, for how we used to handle prestige. Traditional prestige is back in Call of Duty with Black Ops 6. We pulled the best of the best from past Call of Duty prestige systems and are going bigger and more rewarding than ever. Players who reach max player level will have the choice to enter prestige, start fresh with relocked gear, and go through the leveling journey again. Black Ops 6 will have 10 prestiges,
The
each
first
with a
roguelike.
valuable set of rewards to earn and equip to peacock your status.
Well,
Players who make
first
it through
roguelike was rogue,
Prestige 10
but still.
aren't done. Instead, they'll graduate into Prestige Master with 1,000 additional levels to climb through and a classified reward to uncover for anyone dedicated enough to make it all the way to the end. The full
Boy.
Prestige system is available on day one.
People
in
gonna be
Black Ops
trash
6.
talking them dudes. As soon as you get killed by a prestige master, they'll be like, "How many times you played this game?
You know, lifer."
Yeah,
There's always an excuse, man.
exactly.
Oh, here we go. The real
We know
game.
how many of our players look forward to multiplayer, and we will be providing a deep dive on it later in the year. For now,
Makes-
here's some insight into our development of Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Our vision since day one has been to craft an approachable and engaging step change of that signature
Right
Black
back,
Ops
pro
multiplayer
and perks.
experience. We focused on supporting 3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for the win or focus
Trophy
on
system.
taking out enemy score streaks for the team. All of our weapons, gear, and gadgets in multiplayer have been intentionally designed through that lens of supporting these play styles. And of course, it wouldn't be a Black Ops game if you can't relive those action hero moments in theater mode, which we're happy to announce is returning with Black Ops 6. Now I said we're only getting a taste of MP today, but of course that means you're going to get some early details on maps.
We're happy to announce that we will be launching with 16 all-new NP maps. We've got 12 core 66 and 4 strike maps, which can be played as 66 or 2v2. What do players
Man, you know how many
really
people I
know
heard
they
complain
want?
about some of
So
the
we're
maps
back
in some of them
with
other
classic
games.
3-lane maps.
Mhm.
We've got fast, frenetic
Man, God,
experiences, and we have that balance with more
So,
medium.
man, it's the same map from the last
better
game.
for hardcore pacing to keep the action flowing, but still have meaningful
At one point, they were doing that on purpose.
That's true. For like some of them remakes and shit.
Look kind of like Rush.
Multiplayer taking place after the campaign, after you finish it. So don't want to get into too many spoilers there, but you'll experience some of those.
And y'all got a diverse ass cast of people making this game.
The industry has changed.
I mean, for the better. But you just know somebody right now. Sweet baby. How dare y'all? DEI woke. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know, man. Sweet Baby Ray's some good barbecue sauce.
I know, right?
That's all I'm gonna say every time I see him. I love
That's
Sweet
what I'm
Baby
saying.
Ray's.
No.
This was a real game.
Of course.
Ground-based Zombies is back, and we're picking up the Dark Aether storyline where we left it. We're excited to announce that there will be 2 brand new maps available at launch, with a curated mix of fan-favorite features and new elements to discover. For those new to Zombies, it's our unique take on the cooperative horde mode, where every map is packed full of powerful weapons.
So
and
what's gonna be the
upgrades,
innovation on
deadly
this one?
enemies, and tons of secrets to uncover. The
They did a
legacy of
whole
Zombies
open world map
is
with
incredibly important to Treyarch,
Warzone.
and we are so proud of what the mode is
Heard
bringing
people
to
wanted to
players in Black
pivot
Ops
but away
6.
from that.
As you've heard today, the innovations in movement systems will also be coming to Zombies. Plus, there are many additional zombie-specific features.
When I
both
tell
new
you
and
it's no
returning.
way I'd
This is
fall
going
on the
to be a
ground on
truly
purpose and I was
epic
fighting
return
zombies.
for round-based
No way.
Zombies. Be on the
Fuck
lookout for more intel coming later this year.
Steph interviewed AB. Mark?
Now, we know we only gave you a little taste of multiplayer here today, so make sure to mark your calendars for our worldwide multiplayer reveal event at Call of Duty Next on August 28th. Make sure to stay tuned for details and watch your favorite streamers get hands-on Black Ops 6
Of course.
so you can be prepped and ready to jump into our MP beta and feel Omni movement for yourself. We'll be sharing so much more about Black Ops 6 in the coming months and look forward to seeing your reactions and your feedback.
That dude was looking for you and still got shot.
Time to happen.
And
Oh,
as
Hell's
Hellstorm!
launch,
I love the
the team is
Hellstorm.
already focused on delivering a ton of content in the live seasons, which we'll be sharing more about. Am I allowed to talk about Warzone yet?
Our goal on Black Ops 6 was, and still is, to make something that is the best work we've ever done, and frankly, the most fun to play. To do that, we deconstructed all of our gameplay, our systems, and content plans, and repeatedly asked how something could be better. In some cases, that led us to huge innovations like Omni Movement, where we're now allowing players to move how real people and operators move. In other cases, it led us back to some of our classic systems like Prestige, then taking that classic system through the ringer and making updates and improvements. Across our weapons, gear, operators, maps, and more, a huge push has been to hit the highest visual and audio fidelity possible. The campaign tells an all-new Black Ops story where you're forced to go rogue and are being hunted by the teams that trained you. On top of that, the team is really focused on mission and engagement variety. Multiplayer is a key ingredient in the DNA of Black Ops, and hopefully, in this sneak peek, it was clear that every single part of the MP game loop will be improved and better than ever, from movement, to shooting, to footsteps, to engagement systems, to death. And last but definitely not least, the triumphant return of round-based zombies. There is so much more to share across all 3 game modes.
We're gonna take some shit away that you love and then give it back to you later and say, remember when you loved this shit?
On behalf of the entire team, we can't wait for you to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Boy. That Ubisoft game didn't get to breathe, boy.
I promise it didn't.
It don't deserve
They
it.
announced, they showed the image of
Pile of
Black Ops
garbage.
6 the next day, the day after. The day
They
after.
haven't changed, switched up on X-Define so quick.
Hey, man, you make a bad game. Game is
You
terrible.
liked it the first day, man.
Yeah, and then
And he kept playing.
it's glitching all over the place. Hit detection issues. TTK is weird. Yeah.
All right, let's get into the breakdown.
All right.
Let's do a quick overview, and then I will kind of run some of the games down game by game. Devin, what you think of the show?
I must say it was actually pretty solid. There was a lot of good stuff here. that we were mentioning like the 2025 like next year. Some of the games for this year, they weren't like specific dates on a lot of things that I really want to see like specific dates on, but overall still there was a lot of good stuff here, man. Probably like at least 10 things I saw. I'm like, okay, this looks pretty dope. Just saw the new RPG there that got all of us hyped. Flintlock. So yeah, this, I gotta say, man, I know you were saying this the whole way through, Sage. You was like, hey man, Sony, your back's against the wall. I gotta agree, this was a pretty solid showcasing. So if they wanted to have some response, like, hey, we got some stuff coming, you gonna have to show something, because Xbox came through with it. I can't lie. Cannot lie.
Showed off at some point after they bought all my IPs.
And not all the nonsense has been going on around, and they had to do something.
What would you rate it?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling like a 8.5, 9. I'm say 9. This was pretty enjoyable. They kept the pace. It's showing games. There weren't a lot of in between stuff. To just show games, and which is really what you want to do with these type of things. Because I mean, they had so many games, you can't like have a bunch of stuff in between. So you got to make sure you just get to the games. So yeah, I think I get us a 9.
Okay. Rakeem, where do you stand?
Really enjoyed it. I gotta say, you already know. Once I heard Doom was on it, I'm like, well,
oh yeah,
it's gonna be a good direct for me. Did not disappoint. I gotta say, man, like, the telltale sign of a good show was like, I just wanted to see more of everything. I think they showed gameplay snippets of a lot of games. Basically everything I wanted them to show, and some stuff I didn't expect them to show showed up here, and I was well pleased. Seeing South of Midnight gameplay for the first time, getting a release date for Flintlock, seeing Doom, some new IPs we didn't expect that seemed to be pretty interesting. I'm pretty well pleased with what I saw. Even Call of Duty, their presentation I thought was pretty good. So I'm very along the lines of Devin. I was pretty impressed. I think they came with what they need to come with. The only thing, like I said, is that some of the stuff I saw, the snippets, so I wanted longer snippets. I'm like, I need a little more of this. That's about it, and that's not a bad problem. So I'm gonna give it about an 8.5. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. I'm gonna say this is a 9.5 out of 10, and the only thing that's keeping me from giving it a 10 out of 10 is that all the 2024 games, so many of them, in fact, damn near none of them had dates. Everything was like coming in 2024, and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, no shit, like. But, like, you got 5 months left. You got, like, well, I'm going to say 5 because, like, this month is halfway over with. And really, even less than that because, like, nobody comes out with games in fucking December. So, like, no, unless your shit is rushed to hell. So, like, you really only got a handful of months left before you got to come out with these games. And so I would have wanted you to have said something like, okay, Indiana Jones is coming out November or October. Avowed is coming out in September. Like, some of that stuff should have been decided on, and it's very weird that it wasn't. Now, maybe when, we look into this off screen and check out more details, we find out why that there were no dates and that the dates are coming, because they have this weird thing they do lately with, like, the Xbox Game Showcase, and then, like, a week or two later, they'll do the Xbox Game Showcase Extended, where they add more dates, where they add more information. They sit down with some developers, talk it out, and you get, like, kind of the deep dives that you were wanting, Rakeem, for some games. And so, like, maybe we get the dates there, but, like, as it stands, that was, like, the big issue that I had. But other than that, this was an incredible showcase. This is the type of thing, and I know I'm a little annoyed that we're getting it, but I'm glad that we got such a good showcase. But, like, I know that people are going to be like, see, this is the E3 that I remember. And it's like, nah, motherfucker, these types of showcases do not happen often. Like, that's why they stick out in your memory so well when they do, because this was a breathless showcase from top to bottom of, like, nothing ran longer than a couple of minutes. Everything, they just moved from game to game to game. And there was like, the most impressive part is that outside of Perfect Dark, I think just about every game was announced for this year or next year. And that's the type of shit that you need. Like, Xbox desperately needs to no longer have this thing of, like, well, we don't know when this game's coming out. It's coming out when it's done. They can't afford to do that anymore, especially not now that they're having to shut down studios and supposedly Phil Spencer doesn't necessarily have the control that he once had. That's yet to be confirmed, but like that's some of the stuff going around in the rumor mill. And for you to have a showcase like this is exactly what you need to like say, hey, this is the Xbox brand, and we got a lot coming. And you might want to either get Game Pass or get an Xbox or whatever. Like this, if I were in the market for a console because I just didn't have one for whatever reason, this would be a strong reason to buy an Xbox because there was just so many like top tier games, like very like, and a mix of games. Like you had some games that were like, you know, action oriented. You had some RPGs. You had first person games. You had 5v5, like the classic multiplayer type thing. Everything you could have wanted was here.
Good luck.
Man. Well, actually, I was talking about Mecha Break.
Good luck to that game too. It's hard out here, boy.
Facts. It's rough out here for like the multiplayer games. So, but yeah, I mean, like I liked everything that I saw. Like I love the fact that like I walked away. I don't know how many games I have, but I'm probably in the neighborhood of where Devin is of like 8 to 10 games that I'm like, hey man, I may have to check in on this. So I was really enjoying myself. I wish other showcases could have been on this level, but the problem is, I mean, most of these games were Xbox games. Most of these games first party. Like that's what happens when you own this many studios. You need to be able to put on a show like this.
That is true.
So let's go ahead and run down some of these. The first, I'm gonna skip Blops because I mean, like we kind of had 15 minutes of Blops.
I actually appreciate them for putting it at the end, like moving the full showcase to the end. That was very smart, and didn't fuck up the pace of the show. And if you want to check out, you could just check out and you would saw the whole show.
Agreed. So the first game they had after Blob 6 was Doom Year Zero, which is actually about to come on, so this actually works out really well. Developed by id Software, Doom: The Dark Ages is the prequel to the critically acclaimed Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. In this third installment of the modern Doom series, players will step into the bloodstained boots of the Doomslayer in this never-before-seen dark and sinister medieval war against Hell. It's a single-player experience that delivers the searing combat and over-the-top visuals of the incomparable Doom franchise. Let's see. Players will tear across the demon-infested battlefields in the vicious, grounded combat the original Doom is famed for. Take flight atop the fierce new Mecha Dragon and stand tall in a massive Atlan mech as you beat Titanic demons to a pulp.
Let's
Rakeem, this is the one you wanted the most. What'd you think of it?
Yes. I think the presentation was pretty cool. Just seeing him with the shotgun and the shield would surprise me. I thought it'd be like a sword and shield, maybe like a melee Doom or something like that. It's like, no, we're still traditional Doom. We're in this new setting. I thought the presentation of it was really cool. When you see Doom, you want to see new big guns, new innovations. They're showing, they're playing their hand with this new shield mechanic, throwing the shield. Doom in its new iteration since 2016 Doom Eternal has kind of moved in this concept of a combat puzzle-oriented type of gameplay where each ability you have, each weapon you have solves a part of the puzzle against different enemies. So they want you to shift and use different techniques and abilities. And I think this is still going along those same lines. Like it seems like there's a lot of variation in like the mace he threw out and the shield abilities. And now we have this.
Did we lose him?
King cut up?
Yeah. He's been kind of in and out this whole stream.
I don't know why I thought that was just on.
You thought it was just on your end?
Yeah, I thought that was just on me. I didn't know there was.
Let's see if he can come back. But while we come back, what did you think of Doom?
This looks pretty dope. I played. I have the 2016 one. I think I don't have Eternal, but I played it, and it's a great game. It's a super fun game. I mean, this game looks awesome. Like the whole like taking this medieval theme and like bringing it to like the fighting the hell spawns and demons and all that. It's pretty dope. I mean, like the whole like fur cloak he has on now. He's got a shield and a shotgun, and it just looks insane. I mean, Doom has always kind of had that feel, but they've just like kind of upped it to like the umpteenth degree with like the new Doom, and it's just like that's one series that I was like, if they made a new one, I wanted them to do it justice, and I think they have. They've done more than enough to make it fresh enough in the modern age, but they have like went above and beyond of like making it just this spectacle of just shooting. People call it like first person Devil May Cry with all the stuff you can do, like comboing together strings and abilities, and he got the grappling hook and stuff now. So this game looks like they're just continuing what they've done with the first 2 games. So
Okay. Rakeem, I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish your thoughts out because you had to disconnect.
Yeah, what was sad was nothing changed on my screen. It's just like I could hear y'all and everything. I had no issues at all, but y'all couldn't hear me.
Damn.
That was so weird. But just continue what I was saying, like Doom is kind of turned, its combat is kind of a combat puzzle, and it's kind of balanced around that using various abilities, and this seems to be along the same lines. So I'm very interested in seeing how the new innovations with the combat, the shield, the mace he had in the trailer, the aerial combat with the dragon, more stuff with the men was in the previous game, but it had certain moments you used it, so I wonder if you'll be using it more in this game. That's a lot of questions I have, and I'm excited. I was very pleased with what I saw, and I think this run of Doom since 2016 has been astounding. So id Software has been killing it with this series.
I have to agree. Even though I'm not really a Doom guy, it just seems like every time I see a new Doom game, it's well received. It's exactly the kind of like pulse pounding action that you would expect from a game that's basically about one dude fighting the hordes of hell and somehow winning for the most part. Like I don't know how to
winning. In the last game, we found out the demons looked at him like it's like a demon himself, like a monster. They feared him. It was terrifying.
I always like that twist when it's like to them I'm the demon. I always fuck with that. So next up, on State of Decay, which has been playing in the background. This kind of looked, there's not a lot of gameplay here. I would have expected a little bit more. Like they did the weird thing where they just like switched between like cinematic and gameplay at such a speed that you almost couldn't tell which was the cinematic and which was the gameplay. I don't know what the bigger plan is for it. The blurb that's out right now is set years after a zombie apocalypse nearly wiped out mankind. State of Decay is the next State of Decay 3 is the next evolution in the State of Decay franchise. As the zombie threat continues to claim lives, you must fight back and reclaim lost ground, carving out a life for your community of survivalist homesteaders. So I guess it's just focused on like the multiplayer aspect of it. Is anybody like taken by that game, or are we just all kind of like,
The original State of Decay I was interested in a long time ago, but since then I've really fallen off looking at the franchise. I never had an Xbox, but didn't have an Xbox back then. So I'm just not as interested in zombie games as I once was. And it just seems like it didn't show me enough of like anything new because it was mostly cinematics. That made me like super interested. I have to see in-depth gameplay and like what the new systems are and what makes it interesting for me to be excited.
All right. What about you, Devin?
Yeah, same. I mean, I never really played the game. Didn't know too much about it at one point. And again, if they had shown more of a solid like gameplay, footage, I probably could be more compelled. But I just hadn't seen enough yet to really make a judgment on the new game just yet. So, but I do like zombie stuff, so I'm down in that regard.
Fair enough. Now let's get to one of the big ones, Dragon Age Veilguard, or Dragon Age The Veilguard. I don't know about that.
They just kept the old title.
They could have. Yep. Dragon Age The Veilguard features some of the deepest companion storylines in Dragon Age history, navigating romance, tragic loss, and complex choices that will affect relationships with players and the fate of the Veilguard. They've got little blurbs out about basically all the characters. It looks fairly interesting. You've got, of course, they have changed the way they handle characters this time. Instead of it being a four-person party, it's a three-person party. But they've also down the number of companions. There's only, 7 this time? You have Balara, a creative and romantic veil jumper obsessed with uncovering ancient secrets. Davrin, a bold and charming Grey Warden who has made a name for himself as a monster hunter. Imric, a necromancer of Navarra's Mournwatch, who comes complete with a skeletal assistant, Manfred. Okay. That has potential. Harding, the dwarven scout, returns to the fray as a companion with her big heart, a positive outlook, and a ready bow, as well as unexpected magical powers. Lucanus, a poised and pragmatic assassin who descends from the bloodline of the House of Crows, a criminal organization renowned throughout Thedas. Nev, a cynic fighting for a better future, both as a private detective and a member of Tevinter's rebellious Shadow Dragons. And Tash, a dragon hunter aligned with the Lords of Fortune, who lives for adventure and doesn't mind taking risks. What's interesting here is that they're not talking heavily about Solus. Like, I look through this and I'm like, man, there's not a lot of mention of Solus, and it makes me think that he's not necessarily the only thing that you have to deal with in this game. And he may not even be the main thing that you have to deal with in this game, which is kind of baffling because they set him up as like the big guy in like the last DLC that they did, Trespasser, which I haven't played, so I probably should go back and play the Trespasser DLC.
Do you feel like at some point it might have been like a narrative shift, which kind of goes along with the title change as well?
There had to have been multiple narrative shifts because this
That's what I'm
game is
thinking.
a decade in the making. At one point, it was like a single-player game. Then they retooled it to make it like a games as a service. Then they retooled it again
did.
to make it a single-player game. And so, like, it just has to be like it makes sense that they at one point were like, okay, we should do this, and then pivoted to something that they were really passionate about. And I don't know, I kind of like it. I like the vibe because Dragon Age Inquisition was this super serious game. This had more of like a fun vibe. Like we're going on an adventure more so than it is like, oh, we've got to go save the world or whatever. And I hope they can
every single time.
exactly. And I hope they kind of keep that vibe of like adventure more so than it being about saving the world the whole game. Rakeem, what did you think?
I very similar to what you're thinking. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, this is way more fun. There was a very intentional focus on the party and the character dynamics here, and they're like very quirky, interesting characters. Kind of reminds me of Baldur's Gate's cast or Divinity's cast, like how they made their characters very fun and interesting and intricate. So I am very interested in seeing. We know we had the leaks 2 years ago? How long was that ago?
2 years ago.
With the battle system. I'm wondering how the party system is going to be integrated with that. Is it going to be more lean, kind of like Mass Effect style, or is it going to be still somewhat what Dragon Age fans expect, but nuanced and more action focused? That's something I'm interested in. But I'm always happy when RPGs are character focused because that's what matters. If you don't care about your characters, you kind of lost the plot with the RPG anyway. So
it might as well just be an action game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I kind of like what I saw. I just want to see gameplay at this point. I want to see like how's the level design, the zones. I'm assuming it's still gonna be more of a open world style game, and like how are the innovations in like what your character does, like it was in Inquisition when your character, had the ability to do the things he did in that game or they did in that game, depending on what kind of character you made. And what do you do in this game? Is it going to be along the lines of the kingdom building thing again, or is it still going to be the party focused thing this time? So more character to character interactions than overall world implication. So yeah, I'm happy with what I saw. The casting is very diverse. They went for a super diverse cast this time, which I'm always down for. It should be interesting. Hopefully better than the Netflix show.
Oh, I didn't even watch that. Devin, did you see anything in the Dragon Age that like appealed to you?
Yeah, I mean, like the art style to me, for like, even though it wasn't really gameplay, the art style was pretty dope. The cast of characters do seem like they have a lot of personality. I played a little bit of Dragon Age Inquisition. It feels similar, like it feels like Dragon Age, but a little different, like a little more personality. I like the color in the trailer, like how they showed off each individual, position or job or whatever they have. Kind of showing you like what they entail. It looks pretty cool. The name, I do agree. Like the old name was with Dreadhorde, I believe, was the
Dreadwolf.
Dreadwolf. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool name. I mean, you got all this stuff going on. You got dragons, so I mean that kind of fits. But like you all said, the Veilguard is probably something that has something to do with the story or something that changed like that.
One thing they said was they wanted to shift the focus because Dreadwolf was like the name of the main villain, and they were like, no, we want this to be centered on the protagonist.
This is not Far Cry.
Clearly they're guarding the veil. So
okay,
this is not Far Cry.
Okay, so that makes sense. So yeah, like I said, once I see some more gameplay, I'm an RPG fan, so if I see some more on it, I'm pretty sure this been a long time coming for this game to come out. And I'm pretty sure that there'll probably be some gameplay, I would assume, at some point, just to kind of show us what's going on. Once they show
there will be gameplay on June 11th.
June 11th, okay.
Thank God.
So
it's like a specific gameplay trailer featuring. It's supposedly at least 5 minutes, potentially more than 5 minutes, but it happens on June 11th at 11 a.m.
Okay.
or 10 a.m.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Well,
So-
we right around the corner from seeing
See
what this
most-
game gonna look like. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it
we'll
definitely got me intrigued though.
Same. I mean, well, of course, I enjoyed Dragon Age Inquisition was one of my favorite games of 2014. So I've been looking forward to this game for a long time, and it looks really low key. It looks more interesting than Inquisition did, and I was already into
A
Inquisition.
little bit.
So.
Yeah.
We'll skip ahead. We'll skip ahead of Fallout 76 DLC, Shattered Space DLC. Like y'all kind of got, that the basic gist of that. So next up we have Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which is what's on the screen right now.
Man.
Published by Kepler Interactive and Sandfall, developed by Sandfall Interactive. It's a turn-based RPG. I'm getting this from Gematsu. Lead the members of Expedition 33 on their quest to destroy the Paintress so that she can never paint death again. Explore a world of wonders inspired by Belle Epoque France. Battle unique enemies in this turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics. Once a year, the Paintress wakes and paints upon her monolith, paints her cursed number, and everyone of that age turns to smoke and fades away.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's shit.
That's dark.
Year by year, that number ticks down and more of us are erased. Tomorrow she'll wake and paint 33. And tomorrow we depart on our final mission, destroy the Paintress so she can never paint death again. We are Expedition 33. Actually, that's dark as hell, but also, like, when I think about it, you only got so many of these that could actually be successful. Because once you get down to about 19, 20, it's like, well, it's just kids left, bro. It's over
You
with.
better play with, better find a Persona cast at that point.
Exactly. Reactive turn-based combat in this evolution of JRPGs. Real-time actions enhance the heart of turn-based combat. Craft unique builds for your expeditioners that fit playstyle via gear, stats, skills, and character synergies. Open an active dimension in combat. Dodge, parry, and counter in real time. Chain combos by mastering attack rhythms and target enemy weak points using a free aim system. With only 1 year left to live, join Gustav, Mael, and their fellow expeditioners as they embark upon a desperate quest to break the Paintress's cycle of death. Follow the trail of previous expeditions and discover their fates. Get to know the members of Expedition 33 as they learn to work together against impossible odds.
It's a team of 33-year-olds.
Just a team of, man, it's actually really kind of hella identifiable. You can't complain about, man, they
I'm
always
33.
got young protagonists. It's like, hey, man, I'm 36. I'm 36. So, I mean, like, I understand, bro. In fact, actually, I wouldn't have made it. It'd have got me up out of here already.
Dang. Sorry, Sage.
Hey, man, sometimes it's like that. Carry on in my stead, bro. Devin, what'd you think of this game?
Probably the most intriguing thing out of the show to me personally, with probably what's it? Song of the South? Not Song of the South.
This game, the one that's on screen right
Yeah,
now.
this one, South of Midnight. I don't know why I said Song of the South. South of Midnight being second. I didn't even really know what to think of it first, like what type of game it was. I thought it was gonna be like some type of action game, action adventure. Then I said, wait a minute, we got people standing on this side of the screen, and then some enemies on that side. So it's like RPG to me. It looks pretty good. I think as the years goes on, it kind of gets lesser and lesser. A lot of time that we see like a new RPG that's like really intriguing, like a turn-based RPG, because it hasn't died off. But I do believe there's a large demographic of people that don't like turn-based RPGs anymore. Like they don't like the, why am I standing on one side of the screen? Why am I standing still? I don't know. I like it. It's been ingrained in me. I know Rakeem and Sage like them. I don't know. So seeing a new standard turn-based RPG that looks really dope, the world looks intriguing, the story was kind of intriguing. Like, what's going on? They kept talking about the Paintress, and now that Sage read the synopsis, like, okay, yeah, we got to get her out of here. Because, I mean, me and Keem, it's about to be up for us, too. So I got to get the game and beat it because I can't, you ain't finna draw 33 on me. You ain't finna paint it. I'm gonna erase it. So yeah, it looks phenomenal. It actually, the combat looks, I don't know if you caught this, Rakeem, but this looks like a new age. I know we waiting on what's the game? I done went blank on the name, and I just mentioned this like on the last podcast, but the Penny Blood. I know, but the combat reminded me of a new age Legend Dragoon and Shadow Hearts because it got like the little circle. You got to press the button, like some time and stuff. I'm like, okay, I see you. So yeah, it definitely kind of gave me some Shadow Hearts vibes, some Legend of Dragoon vibes. I'm for it. So
The
I'm
Legends of Dragoon timing thing, definitely. I saw that. That was
so I'm all in for that one.
By the way, just to go ahead and clear this up, it launches for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC on Steam and Epic Games. So it'll be everywhere. Rakeem, what'd you think of that game?
Man, what a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Just like subverted expectations, completely unique story, completely unique setting, looks good. And then, of course, like, I'm a turn-based RPG fan, so I'm always down for those. And like in a sea of like when you have a lot of action style games, having like a different a turn-based RPG just makes you stand out more, especially at this conference to me. I was very pleased. It looked solid. The only thing at this point, like, I'd like to see just like a long form demo of just like straight play, just to see how it flows, how the level design flows. Is the storytelling going to be good? Is the voice acting together? We might have a hit on our hands. This might be a hit.
So I'll say this. When I first looked at this game, I was like, I don't know if I care or not, because like the character designs look cool, but I was like, man, if I have to deal with another Souls, like, I'm gonna jump out my fucking window, and I'm on the 3rd floor, so it ain't gonna be good for me. But like when I saw the turn-based shit pop up, I was with Devin. I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute, and like just the fact that somebody in this era cares enough to try to do, and it like the blurb, like the synopsis blurb, also mentioned that they were clearly inspired by JRPGs. I'm like, good shit. It's about fucking time, right? Like, it's about time that somebody takes it, because like JRPGs are a major part of like RPG history from like the PS1, the SNES era and the PS1 era, even into the PS2 era. So like, it's weird that there aren't that many games that are big budget that are inspired by that. There really should be more. And so like, that was definitely one of the games I was the most excited by, alongside South of Midnight, which, speaking of, South of Midnight, of course, launches next year, Steam, Xbox. It's pretty much just those. The blurb is, when a hurricane rips through Prospero, Hazel is pulled into a southern Gothic world where reality and fantasy are interwoven and ancient creatures from folklore emerge. There's probably some more information, but I don't want to get too into it because we do want to keep things somewhat timely. But Rakeem, what'd you think of this game?
So first off, as a giant catfish in this trailer talking, and I'm from a catfish town, so this speaks to me. You know, my sister worked in a catfish factory. We have a lot of catfish. But jokes aside, I am so happy when I see unique settings in gaming. A fantasy New Orleans setting, swamp kind of esque, southern focus. It's cool. Like, there's so many generic fantasy games out there, generic sci-fi games out there, over and over and over and over and over again. Just seeing one unique setting with like a unique premise, kind of its own kind of fantasy story, doing its own thing, not, you know, holding on to like these traditional high fantasy settings or dark fantasy settings. That's dope. I think it looked pretty good, solid. I mean, graphically, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, it looks really, really cool. It almost has like a cell shaded kind of look on top of it for the cutscene direction. But when I saw this trailer, I saw like the grappler hook stuff. I almost got a feeling almost like Tomb Raider for a few seconds. I'm like, this kind of reminds me of Tomb Raider, where like you have like this movement, like a grappling hook or like some short settings, but way more mystical. Not really like traditional Lara Croft stuff. Way more mystical going on. I just want to see more. I want to see more from this. The combat looked okay. I do want to see, like, is there going to be more varieties of magic? Is she going to use like elements of different fantasy creatures in her combat? That will remain to be seen. And then I want to see, like, even within this city, would there be more varieties within this like New Orleans setting? We see like really cool cities, like Mardi Gras style, stuff.
There will be multiple regions inspired by real life locations. The section we saw here was like a Mississippi Delta like countryside, just like you said. Yeah. They visited a lot of like actual southern areas. Apparently, the developers took a trip to a Mississippi ghost town, which was infested with alligators.
Alligator?
I guess that inspired the alligator. Like, just they were like, hey man, you know, this is a really cool idea. Apparently, one person actually went into like an abandoned church to take some reference shots because everybody else was like, hey man, fuck that. I don't blame them. Yeah, there's a lot of information out. I'm gonna actually put this in the chat because it's like a whole write-up over on Xbox Wire that probably we should all check out. So there's plenty of information available here. Yeah, so it's basically she is what's called a weaver, and like she uses her powers to like basically fix things. She can fix certain psychic energy, and we kind of saw it actually in the trailer where she fought one of the enemies, defeated it, and then like the world kind of fixed itself in the wake of it. So it's gonna be interesting. I agree with you that it's a very unique setting, and we don't get too many of those, which is a problem as we start seeing more and more video games being made, and there are so many games, but like so few of them are very unique. It just makes the ones that are unique stand out more, though. This is definitely one of the top games I'm interested in. I'm glad I have a PC because I would be pretty hurt if I couldn't play this game. This is, and actually, that's something for them. That's something for Xbox. Like, imagine you not having an Xbox and you see something like this. You're like, wait a minute, now. I kind of want to step in on this one. So I'm excited to see what they have coming for that next year and what kind of date on it.
I do like some catfish.
Sure do.
Devin, how'd you feel about South of Midnight?
Same thing. When they first revealed it, I was like, this looks cool. One thing I've been seeing a lot of, and like this showcase had a lot, is just like there's been a increase with a good number of games, like very like interesting art styles, very like unique way that they do the character designs, and I'm all for it. Like it's kind of got like this stop motion kind of vibe. Almost it looks like a film, like some type of animated film, really. So I'm really digging it. Like a lot of these games, people are like really like trying to divert from just the normal, like, okay, let's just do typical animation, make them rendered in like a realistic style. Like, you know, put some art style in it. Because I mean, as we get like further with games and the visuals, it's like, okay, how much sweat can we see on one person's face? It's like how detailed can we see the pores? That's cool and all, but it's like the how you differentiate yourself from making a game that looks really good is like adding art style to it. Like Hi-Fi Rush ain't like the most mind blowing in terms of like the technical aspects of the visuals, but the art style is really what lends to it. And this game is like definitely one of those types of games. The gameplay looks dope. It reminds me of Kenna. Has that vibe to it. I mean, especially when she defeated the monster and the world kind of just went back to its former self. It reminds me of it gives me a feel of Beyond Good and Evil, like the first game. It reminds me of like Haven, that type of game, kind of it's almost like a modern style, those PS2 era game, like those platformers, those action adventure games. You know, in the realm of like Jack and Daxter. Also reminds me of a game on Xbox called Azure, I believe. It's like a really old game, but it was kind of like some shaman type thing, and it was, I think, a third-person action adventure. So yeah, this is one I'm definitely trying out. It looks dope. The world is unique, visuals are unique, and it looks like it's gonna be a pretty good experience. So I'm ready for that one.
All right, I don't have a lot to say about Metal Gear Solid, so I'm gonna leave this one to y'all. I'll just give y'all a little bit of a breakdown, the key features, the story, the characters, voice acting, gameplay, and music that made the original sensation of return, remade for modern consoles. This evolutionary leap breathes new life into every cutscene, rebuilds every corner of the world. With Unreal Engine 5, expansive stages are rendered with cutting-edge technology, incredible new graphics bring the wild growth of the jungles, forests, and swamps to life in exquisite detail. Characters are rendered in such fine detail that facial wrinkles, pores, and even separate eye and iris movements are visible.
How apt of what he just said.
I was like,
literally.
That's I agree with you about the whole art style needs to become like a central focus going forward, especially as we get into diminishing returns. Like, I don't need to see every pore on Solid Snake's face. Cut that shit out. The battle damage system has been upgraded with the wear and tear of Snake's clothes, as well as the bullet wounds and bruises on his body reflected in real time. Any injuries to his actual body will leave their mark permanently, telling a story of each player's unique journey through the game. That's different. Players can elect for a newly added, more modern control style. These intuitive controls let you focus entirely on the game and the immersive thrills of the survival stealth experience. You can also choose to play with a more classic control style that recreates the feeling of the original game. Devin, you're the Metal Gear Solid guy. What you think of this trailer?
I was thoroughly pleased when they announced this. I was like, this is the one you got to get right. I think most remakes that we've seen have done pretty good justice to like the original games. and I was like, man, this is one you can't get wrong. Like this was one of the best games to me. I don't know if it's my favorite. I still like MGS2 a lot. That's actually one I would have preferred to have seen remade first, or even the first game. Actually, all three of them are good candidates for remakes. But I mean, I get it because this one was like the most groundbreaking one at the end of the PS2's life cycle. So I get it. But yeah, it looks pretty solid. I'm quite pleased. Although I don't need to see every wrinkle in Snake's face. I don't need to see that. But in a game like this, it makes more sense. And that whole thing what you just mentioned about scars remaining, like that's kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I got shot like 2 hours in the game, and I still have a scar from that. Now, stuff like that, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
That
I
is
will
pretty
say,
cool.
because I don't even think that's kind of unheard of. I don't even think that's been done before that I can remember in a game. So yeah,
I don't believe so.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta. It looks like they are taking care to make sure this game is solid because it's a great game, and I'm glad that people who seemingly will get to experience this game in a new way and enjoy it. You know, a new painted coat, a new coat of paint, not a painted coat.
Painted coat.
Rakeem, what about you, man? Where do you stand on this game?
I did play MGS3. I'm not very good at stealth games, but I love playing them, which is the problem I find with myself with a lot of different genres. But I remember my moments at MGS3, and the one key detail that I think the new graphics and intensity of the graphics does help: immersion. That is a very immersive game. You really feel the stealth elements. You feel yourself in the jungle, the isolation, the mission. I think those elements with the upgrade in detail is going to create an experience unlike a lot of other experiences in gaming. I think this game is going to, if they knock it out of the park, it's going to like up the legend of Metal Gear Solid 3 already as high as it already is. I'm pleased with what I saw. I thought they kept everything that we liked about the original game, just amped up the detail and the visuals. So it's going to be pretty faithful to the original. The gameplay's still going to be solid. And for anybody who didn't have a chance to play the game all those years ago, this might be their first time playing it, and this will be a great first experience. It kind of reminds me of like how I feel people playing the new RE games, RE2 and RE3, although those are kind of like remakey to a degree because they're not exactly one for one. But like just having the opportunity to play these classics in high quality and good detail is great. The only thing they could mess this up at this point would be bugs or like glitches and stuff like that are running bad. I think that's the only thing I'm worried about. From what I saw, this should be a knockout of the park right here.
I don't have a lot to say about Flintlock other than it looks like it's more expensive than it did like a couple of years ago.
It does.
Like I don't know what it is.
Expensive.
I don't know if it's
The
just
lighting.
because it's among all the AAA games or whatever, but it looks more expensive than it
think it's
looks,
the
and it looks
lighting.
cooler than it did
Yeah, it looks
2 years ago.
I give this is like a 2.5A. It ain't quite triple, but
a
it's,
double A.
What I've started calling it is lower end AAA.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't quite look like the most expensive AAA games. We're not using quadruple A. Fuck that shit. But it doesn't look like the higher end AAA games. Yeah, exactly. Because the more A's you add, the more it just sounds like you're screaming as loudly as you can. But yeah, like it doesn't look like the most expensive AAA games, but it does look like a really good looking lower level AAA game. And I don't know, like I wasn't sold on this game before, but now I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it is.
Yeah, it looks
way
good.
they refined this combat. I watched a lot of gameplay for this game,
It did
and
not
like I
look
said, like
good.
years ago, they have definitely spent time improving the combat, improving the visual. It is very evident they want this to be a success.
Kinda reminds me of Never.
They might pick this up.
Like a female lead with like this little. Well, that looks like more like a some type of fantastical creature, but Never's like the lady with the little fox cub or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
eventually it becomes like a giant beast
Oh,
or whatever. But yeah, we'll skip ahead of this Age of Mythology. None of us are probably gonna play it, but it did look cool. I'll give them that. By the end, I was like, hold on, this kind of it was catching my attention. Next up, they had Perfect Dark, and there's a long blurb about this, like a long way, but I'll give you some of the
give us a
broad
little bit.
strokes. Perfect Dark is a first-person secret agent thriller in a near-future world. With the blessing of the original Perfect Dark studio Rare, Team Perfect Dark has pulled inspiration from elements of the first two games, but crafted an entirely new story and universe around them for this reboot. At the widest level, Perfect Dark will be a single-player experience with a set of missions, but with choices offered in how you complete those missions. Looking at the trailer, it's clear that traversal and gadgets are a huge part of this. We see new parkour abilities used throughout for both movement and combat. Let's see what else they have. Team Perfect Dark doesn't want this to feel like any one genre. It takes in elements of first-person shooters, immersive sims, stealth action, but blends them into a seamless whole. The goal is to offer a true secret agent fantasy, and letting players use their various tools and abilities in the way they want is the key to this. It's set in the near-future world, impacted by what's known as the Cascade, in which the planet has suffered from a series of environmental disasters, rendering entire regions inhospitable to human life. In the wake of the disaster, a hypercorporation known as the Core Mantis steps in to create a solution known as networks and deploys it in Cairo, restoring ecological balance and creating a freshly walled city, insulated from the hostile environment outside, to become a center for technological innovation. And then you start seeing other hyper corporations arrive in their place. Not all of them have good intentions or whatever. It's into Cairo that Joanna enters. The setting was chosen to offer a counterpoint to other secret agent stories and media at large. Ancient Egypt and modern Egypt have been seen by many, but a near-future take on the country is truly something new. Cairo itself allows for a balance of deeply old and startlingly new that suits the speculative fiction at the heart of Perfect Dark. I'm gonna let y'all take point because I'm a first-person hater. I'll be honest with you. So, Devin, what'd you think about this one?
This looks pretty interesting. It's been a long time coming. This is like the first game was on 64, and like this is only the third game in the series. So it's like not had a lot of entries, but this has always been a game I wanted to play. I thought it was a cool looking game. This one is kind of giving me Mirror's Edge vibes with the traversal, like the parkour. It's kind of giving like a little cyberpunk, not like super futuristic, but just a little bit of that. You almost got like a little bit of Watchdog stuff right there with her like doing the little voice recording and then like using it, which is just like kind of typical stealth stuff in games, I would say, or at least like futuristic games. The gunplay looks pretty decent. But yeah, this is, I would have to see more, but from what they did show, like this looks like something I would like to play. Just to see what like the story is. But yeah, like I said, with the parkour, definitely what's the game? Dying Light, and Mirror's Edge inspired.
Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, so they're just going for something like high octane, just jumping around, running around, probably shooting and sliding. So that sounds like a good time to me, man.
What about you, Rakeem?
Hey man, when I see a first-person sci-fi setting with stealth elements, it's like it fills that void where Deus Ex.
Oh
so,
yeah.
That's
what
okay,
I'm thinking about.
This looked pretty solid. I am not a Perfect Dark fan. I never played the original series, so I don't have a huge attachment to this. However, what I saw from the gameplay, I thought it was pretty solid. The environment's pretty cool. This futuristic kind of area within like Egypt. That's a unique setting. I'm always down for unique settings. I hope this game does well. If I ever had opportunity to try it out, like a demo or something, I think so I could form more of an opinion on it. I would definitely try it. Like I said, I'm down with stealth first-person games because I'm not getting a Deus Ex anytime soon, so I might as well see what else.
Regrettably, yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, like this looks good for what it is. It's funny because like not too long ago, people were saying that this game was having a troubled development, but like months, like a couple of weeks after that, people were like, "Nah, actually, it's the development probably isn't that bad," which just reminds you of how quickly things can change. This does look solid. I don't know what it looked like at a point maybe last year or even earlier this year. Like sometimes games can change around just like that. So this is one of the only games that didn't have a release date. This and Gears. So I guess this is a 2026 game, which quite frankly they're gonna need because they backloaded. Well, they loaded 2025 way the fuck down. Speaking of, you got Fable. The trailer description for Fable reads, what does it mean to be a hero? Humphrey, once one of the greatest, will be forced out of retirement when a mysterious figure from his past threatens Albion's very existence. So that's, I guess, what they're trying to pull from. I liked what I saw in Fable, the trailer and everything. I thought it was very dope. I kind of want to see more, but this is probably the most interested I've been in any of their futuristic games. I mean, any of their fantasy games. Probably because it's third person at the very least. I'm like, hey man, at least y'all got the third person shit going because like
it always was third person. So yeah.
that's a good point. But yeah, it looks really good. I'm really excited to jump into that one whenever it comes out. It seems to have maintained its humorous aspect of it, like the humorous aspects of it, but it doesn't. Fable's problem was always that it had somebody at the helm that was like hyping it up way too high and talking about shit it was gonna do that it could not possibly do with the tech at the time, and that won't be a problem anymore. So this might turn out to be like a top tier Western RPG next year. Rakeem, what about you, man? What you think?
So, if anybody who doesn't know, I was a big fan of Fable 2. I played the hell out of that game. Always liked the Fable universe, that it was more lighthearted, very whimsical in its delivery, very funny. And I'm seeing this. It seems like they're keeping the kind of like the comrade system they had in the last game, where you had like people you would like go to that would help you out with missions and stuff. So that's kind of cool. So like might be going back to that to some degree, getting a retired hero out of retirement to help you. I'm liking the cutscenes and things like that. The only thing I don't need to see now is I need to see how this game moves. I'm ready to see how this game is going to move.
There were some snippets here and there, but it wasn't like a solid 3-4 minutes of gameplay giving you an idea. You didn't get that.
Right. So yeah, that's the only thing I like. The interactivity that Fable has with its citizens and like how people look at you and like view you was a big portion of that. Having your own house and stuff like that, you could have like the interactive elements with other people is what made Fable to me. So that's the kind of stuff I need to see. Combat, the interactivity, and they kept the humor, which is good, and the whimsicalness of it, because that's something that Fable has a lot of. That's actually stands out now in this dark fantasy era we're in now. So it's kind of nice to have more RPGs that are lighthearted. So all I need to see now is gameplay. I think I've seen enough from the characters, and I like the So what's what I'm looking for? The charm. The charm of the game seems to be there. They seem to have got the charm just right. I just need to see the gameplay now, and I think I'm good.
Okay. Devin, you're a Fable fan. I know you played the first Fable. What you think?
Same here. I just need to see more gameplay. I think the visuals they're going for are nice. Because we have seen like mostly CG, but like you said that we have seen like little bits and pieces of like how the in-game engine will look. I'm curious to see like what's gonna be like decision making stuff in this game, because that's been like a big part of Fables. Like, you know, you can kind of the game that kind of started that whole thing of like light side, dark side, and you just kind of meld the story, and like people, they either love you, they hate you. Even sometimes you could get it to where the point, like if you evil, I think with evil you could still kind of just have people like, hey, I'm evil, but if you don't like me, I'm gonna do bad stuff, so you better stay on my good side, which is crazy. And it's like I always have an affinity like to go to the good side in those games first for whatever reason. But yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time coming for Fable as well. The thing is, what 3 in the series, I believe. This is the 4th one.
I think this is 4th.
Yeah,
because they had 3 and 1. The multiplayer game got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Fable Legends, I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
What they were.
Yeah, so I mean, it's due time for Fable. This looks like it's promising. Like you said, like Rakeem said, like this retired hero is like reading the story. So there's something going on here where I guess he has to get the. Well, actually, before I skip to that, let me say this one thing. I know you mentioned this, Rakeem, that you were thinking, is it going to be like a build your own character? Or because we've seen that character in the last trailer, the female lead. I'm guessing she's the lead. And I don't know if that's just a placeholder character or we will be able to make our own characters or something like that. I kind of hope it is in the game, because, I mean, that just kind of lends to that whole making decisions, and you can just basically make your own character, and I make decisions, for myself. But it looks promising. I really want to see more gameplay on this, because this might be one of them ones.
I wish more games would also do like what Larian does, where you do both. Like they have literally set characters you can play. Or
you know what? Yeah. I was actually thinking this might be just a character in herself, and maybe you can make your own character.
I would imagine you can make your own character. It would be weird to stray away from that. That would be a very unpopular decision. Like, I can imagine people kind of losing it if they found out, like, oh yeah, you can't make your own character, and this would be like, what?
Yeah, that's what it was based in. That was
that's kind of a Fable thing. Yeah.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Uncover one of history's greatest mysteries in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. a first-person single-player adventure set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade. The year is 1937. Sinister forces are scouring the globe for the secret to an ancient power connected to the Great Circle, and only one person can stop them, Indiana Jones. You'll become the legendary archaeologist in this cinematic action-adventure game from Machine Games. Yeah, I think that's going to cover it. The other stuff is kind of stuff we already know. Was anybody more impressed with this showing than the last showing?
I was definitely because I mean you all know like the first time they showed and we did the drafting that I was like I don't know
You
about
did
this
counterpick it.
yeah this did look better. I will say one thing, even from the first time they showed, the graphics are pretty solid, which I just talked about graphics, but this is one of the games where it's like it's a realistic type game, so you know those graphics lend to that. But again, I still just can't get over this being first. And I get it. That's Machine Games. That's their wheelhouse. But, man, I know Say said it earlier when we was like, man, we just feel like this should be like a Tomb Raider or Uncharted style. Like, I would actually be really down for that. But, like, first-person Indiana Jones, I get it because it's puzzles. And you have games like the Talos Principle. You have games like Scorn where it's like first-person, but it's like really puzzle-heavy. But I don't know, man. A whip in first person? I don't know, man.
I think there are certain parts where you go into third person, and I think the whip traversal, I think you do go into third person for that. But
like climbing, that to me that was jarring though. Like the last trailer they show he climbed. I'm like, that's so climbing. I go into third person. That's kind of jarring. Cause we just saw Perfect Dark. She just climbed the pole, but she was in first person. Like I don't think that really needs to be in third person, but I guess. Also, that dude looked like Rob on the screen. The dude with the dreads that was sliding.
Like, definitely got somebody that looks like everybody.
They look like Rob. They don't look like Rob to you.
I'll see it again. Yeah, I'd definitely see it again. Rakeem, what about you? What'd you think? Did Indiana Jones look better to you?
I think it looked good. You know, I drafted it, so I need this. I want this to do good. But I think this was a good showing. It was more of like a kind of a display of like the how traditional the cutscenes are. It felt like being in the movie. I thought it was a good display of that. I think to me it was just I wasn't as disappointed in the last reveals before. So I think it was just as good as the last one. I think it's going to be solid. Hopefully it'll be a pretty good game, and hopefully you know the first person mechanics will give us a unique take on using some of the climbing and stuff, because I mean we're used to third person. Uncharted, Tomb Raider style games, so maybe the first person will give it a different kind of feeling to it.
Maybe so. All right, we were kind of winding down. We're gonna hit like the three big ones. Next one, Wu Chang, The Fallen Feathers. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers is a Souls-like action RPG set in the land of Shu during the dark and tumultuous late Ming Dynasty, played with warring factions and a mysterious illness spawning monstrous creatures. Become Wu Chang, a skilled pirate warrior struck by amnesia, who must navigate the uncertainties of our mysterious past while afflicted by the horrific ornithopy disease. Explore the depths of Shu, enhancing your arsenal and mastering new skills harvested from fallen foes. Evolve your fighting style by sacrificing elusive red mercury, and further develop new techniques obtained throughout your action-packed journey. Augment the weapons in your repertoire with powerful enchantments, allowing for a unique approach to combat and strategy that suits your personal style. Immerse yourself in a rich storyline, dynamic combat system, and breathtaking visuals that offer an unforgettable adventure through lands veiled in chaos and death. Will you reveal the truths of Wu Chang's curse and bring peace to Shu, or will you succumb to the encroaching horrors? The fate of the land rests in your hands. Devin, you sounded pretty excited, so I'm gonna let you go first.
I mean, I just got a vibe when I was watching. I'm like, I feel Wu Kong, Wu Tang, Wu Long, something, and I was like, yeah, it's.
There's supposedly a Wu-Tang game in development somewhere. So.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. That's true.
I was like, this is giving me some like Sekiro. I'm feeling Wukong. It's like that's basically what it was, just a new game. It looked pretty dope. You know, I'm a Souls guy, so anything with some action combat where you got to like be meticulous, do some parries, do some, you know, meticulous skill buildings for your character, I'm all for it, man. And just the way the game looks, it looks dope. Got this dope female protagonist. She's out here with has some type of spirit arm or something that happened at the end of it. I'm like, okay, that looks cool. So that's definitely.
Additionally, play is the Souls games if I get a chance, but I do recognize that it looks solid. Combat looks solid. I think we are in a kind of a cool era of like these high octane action games that take some elements of Souls like, but do their own thing is a good thing. I think that's kind of I don't like one for ones, like trying to do everything that Dark Souls does is not going to help you. Doing your own spin on it probably is a better idea if you're going to do it anyway. It looked okay. It wasn't super on my radar. There's some other games I liked here better, but I thought it looked fine.
Okay. Let's see. Avowed. Did y'all think Avowed looked any better in this trailer? Like, Rakeem, what'd you think?
No.
God damn, that was so fast.
It really looked the same. Let's be honest. I didn't see nothing really.
I like the greater variety in environments. I like that quite a bit. That stood out to me.
The first trailer, even that had environments that were very colorful and kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, they had some environments that was kind of cool, but it was like you was mostly just on some pirate island. This looks like it just has like a wider variety of places, the biomes and stuff like that, at least to me.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me for an RPG though. So,
I mean, yeah, that is expected, but I mean, you can still you can still screw up what's expected.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't really hate the first one, but I think it looks I feel about the same. There's a better way of saying it. Even watching it's like I still feel about the same. I think I still want to try it. I'm always down for like RPG experiences. Like I said, I always look for Steam Deck bait. So if I can find me some Steam Deck bait, I'll play it. But it's not like blowing me away. I will say that. Like I feel good about like this could be a solid RPG experience, but it feels like an 80 or a 78, and not like this is a revolutionary RPG or something like that. But not every game can be that either. So
Obsidian really isn't known for like the legendary type shit like that. They're really more known for great stories, like well-written characters, well-written plot lines. But like as far as just the whole thing, they're not really known for the whole package just being just a banger hit like a Baldur's Gate type thing.
Yeah, Fallout New Vegas was very well received, but
even that had its flaws. So
yeah.
Devin, what about you? Did you feel better about it watching that trailer or no?
Asleep. That's
oh my god.
If I buy this, I will be asleep.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I got some food coming, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
I didn't feel. When was the last time they showed this? They showed this at some showcase, and I think that was the first time I think they really showed gameplay off of it. And I just
the developer direct. I know we saw it earlier this year.
I think that's what it was, and I wasn't really compelled then, and I'm still kind of on the same wave. Now, granted, I never was a huge fan of like the first person, like the Oblivion style games. I had Oblivion 4 on PS3, and that was my first foray into that series. And it was okay, but I just excuse me, I prefer like I said earlier, turn-based RPGs. I don't know. It just the visuals. I will say some of the visuals are kind of cool. Like the color usage is pretty dope. There was a spell that we used like a flamethrower spell out of his hand. Like the flames looked really nice.
That was really cool.
Yeah. So that, like some of the visual things they're doing there look pretty good. But I'm not gonna lie, the last trailer, not as much in this one, but the last trailer, I just felt like I wanted to take some cocoa butter and rub on the graphics. Like they just look kind of ashy. And it's just like I'm like, man, if I could just take some cocoa butter and just like. But I think it was some of the areas, like you said, say some of the environments. I think that's what that more so fell on, because this one was a little better. That they had like the caves, they had like some lush kind of green environments. So it did look better to me visually this time. But I don't know, I'm still not really compelled. This would have to be something that I would just play and try it out. Which I mean, it's gonna be on Game Pass, so I could do that. Just try it out and see if I like it. But just as far as me being like, this is what I'm looking for, it's not quite doing it for me.
I'm with you. I think really it's the first person thing. Like if I would try it. Like I would definitely try it if it was the first person. But like it's one of those like nothing that it showed was so impressive to me that it overcomes my first person bias. And so I'm like, hey man, if it's in first person, that's just an excuse for me to be like, hey man, I'm gonna pass on this, because it's not like it was just blowing me away to begin with.
There's a question too, like, is it
agreed?
Does it have the switch to third person function? Because I mean, I don't think they've shown that.
This is Obsidian, not Bethesda, so probably not.
But did New Vegas have that? Could you go third person in New Vegas? Because I think you've been
Yes.
able to do that in all the Fallout games, yeah. So they could have, because I don't think they ever really like showcase it as a feature. Because Fallout, anytime they advertise, they never show it like in third person. So I'm assuming you might be able to do that. But those games, from what I've played in my experience, they just never really feel the same, even if you play them in third person, because they have that like wonky, like floaty movement that's only really designed for first person. So
Yeah, I do think that I'm gonna guess that it's probably locked to first person, just like the Outer Worlds was when they did that.
oh yeah, that was, yeah.
The last two we're gonna go ahead and cover, and then we'll close it out. Stalker 2, The Time of Opportunities. The trailer. Let's see. There's no real players step into the shoes of a lone stalker named Skiff. They must navigate a perilous and enigmatic environment teeming with dangerous mutants, hazardous radiation, and treacherous human factions. The new trailer is packed with brand new reveals, showcasing a variety of experiences from diverse locations to encounters with mutants and arch anomalies. Players will also see hubs where they can rest and prepare for the next intense mission. So that's pretty cool. Devin, what'd you think?
This game looks pretty impressive. I've never played Stalker, but this looks dope. It's definitely in the wheelhouse of something like Metro. Visually, this looks pretty great. Again, this is one of those games that kind of leans to having like kind of uber realistic type visuals. It's a lot of stuff going on. It seems like it's one of those games where it's like in that realm of Fallout, where it's like this anomaly we see right here, just like a floating orb of lightning, just like energy. It's like, all right, cool. So yeah, I know this has like a really like popular following, like a cult following. Like people love this game. Again, I've never played it, but after seeing this, I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't mind trying this game out. Man, this game look good. God damn.
It does look really good.
I know I just talked about art style, but this how you do realistic graphics, man. This how
Come a long way from when you was making fun of this game for all they showed you was some teeth.
I mean, yeah,
He was like, man, what is this?
But yeah, this is something I would definitely play. I played Metro, and like I said, this just, if I didn't know the name of this game, I would probably say, oh, this is just the next Metro. So this is definitely something I can see myself trying out.
Whoa. So this game is Xbox and PC, and it looks like that's it. So no PlayStation 5. Interesting. Rakeem, what do you think about this game so far?
Yeah, this looks pretty solid. From what I understand, like at least with the old Stalker was like an open world sandbox style game with some minor RPG-esque elements, but mainly like kind of like survival and like, you know, making sure you survive in that harsh environment. And I watched Stalker like gameplay like a couple months ago, and I was like, oh, this is cool, like the original Stalker. So I understand kind of the vibe that people kind of get from this. The one cool thing I saw in this trailer, they really emphasize weather and elements and like really weird stuff in the background. So like that's seem like it's gonna be a cool part of this game, is like dealing with like these really weird adverse weather effects. Graphically, it looks great. This is a really solid looking game. Gameplay looks solid. I would love to try this. This seems like a game that if you were on the fence about, this is something to play on Game Pass. This seems like something a lot of people will enjoy. If I had an opportunity to play it, I'd play it. I like what I saw.
Okay, so it will be on not just Game Pass, but it will be on it'll be on GOG, it'll be on Steam, it'll be on Epic Games Store, it'll be everywhere. So if you have any kind of decent PC, you'll probably be able to play it.
Good old GOG.
I know, right? So the last game we're gonna go ahead and talk about is Gears of War E-Day. Experience the brutal horror of Emergence Day through the eyes of Marcus Phoenix in the origin story of one of gaming's most acclaimed sagas. 14 years before Gears of War, war heroes Marcus Phoenix and Dom Santiago return home to face a new nightmare, the Locust Horde. These subterranean monsters, grotesque and relentless, erupt from below, laying siege on humanity itself. Built from the ground up with Unreal Engine 5, Gears of War E-Day delivers unprecedented graphical fidelity. There's a big thing over at Xbox Wire. If you're interested, I can link that later. Okay. Devin, what'd you think?
I would have to see more because we just got like a CG. So this is a prequel, right?
Zero from Sounds Things.
Okay. That's actually pretty interesting. Cause I mean, I haven't played a lot of Gears. I think I have 5. It's like really, I maybe played 1, but that was like multiplayer. Cause this game was a huge multiplayer game back in the day, like absolutely huge. One of Xbox's. It was up there with Halo. It and Halo were the reign supreme multiplayer games of that console. So even in that regard, I would like to see kind of Gears return to fashion in that manner. But I mean, it's always been like a spectacle of a single player experience as well. Like the graphics were always crazy. Just about every iteration of the game, they always kind of push the hardware. The art style, like the art direction, especially for like the characters, is like always weird because it's like these big beefy soldiers, kind of like almost like small soldiers. Yeah, kind of like, but with guns and then like these suits. But yeah, I mean, I really want to see like more on this. Like, how are they going to innovate this? Because like they've always had like this thing where like it's like a fast paced third person shooter experience, but there was like a emphasis kind of like on melee with like the chainsaw stuff on the weapons.
And cover mechanics.
Yeah, the cover mechanic. That's actually a great point. Like this is probably, it wasn't the first game, but it was kind of the game that kind of innovated, popularized and innovated like the cover mechanics. It was just so good, so fluid, and so intuitive. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to innovate with this new current generation of technology. So yeah, I mean, this might be gameplay. Is this gameplay? I don't know. Like a game, it might be so good looking. This is just gameplay right here. But yeah, I'm interested to see what this game is going to do. And again, I was not expecting a prequel.
I am very surprised that they chose a prequel, but I do think Gears of War 5 went in some interesting directions, and so they probably thought, because I mean, I don't think it was like the smash hit that they wanted it to be. It did do pretty well, but I don't think it was like the, oh my God, they made, and so they probably needed to try to hit the reset button a little bit and see where they can go with like Marcus Phoenix, just getting back to like the core of the Gears of War universe. Rakeem, what'd you think about this one?
I think it was a return to form kind of trailer. Obviously, they wanted to, like you said, revamp this franchise. Once upon a time, I remember playing Gears of War 2 with my friends and having a great time. Whenever we see gameplay, I'm sure it's going to look utterly ridiculous how good this game is going to look, because they're going to spend all of it on this game. I think it was solid. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I do want to know what kind of innovations we'll get, because like Devin talked about previously, Gears of War was kind of in its heyday for third-person shooters, really innovative and very much copied for their cover system, active reload, their mechanics. Horde mode got popularized a lot because of this series as well. So being the innovator is now kind of like been in the game for so long. Will it bring any options, or will it kind of use some elements of other games now that it's been around so long and try new things? So I'm excited to see what it looks like.
Souls-like and rogue-like elements.
Rogue-like elements. Oh God.
In an open world sandbox environment.
Wrap it up, bro. I don't even care about Gears.
With what's the word? Is it perpetual generated? What's the word to use?
Procedural
generated.
generation.
Yeah, just go ahead
my
and
God.
throw that whole game in the trash. All right, look, that was our live reaction to the Xbox Game Showcase 2024. If you enjoyed, please give us a like. If you loved it, give us a share with your friends. Of course, Summer Game Fest isn't quite over yet, so tomorrow I'll be doing a live react on the Ubisoft Forward 2024 over on twitch.tv/Sage Shinigami, all lowercase. Come check me out. We'll get a chance to look at Star Wars Outlaws. We'll get a chance to look at Assassin's Creed Shadows, and hopefully they'll surprise us with a new IP or something. For now, we're signing off. We hope you have an excellent week. Peace out.
Can't believe you called Avowed ashy. That was hilarious, man.